garder ces partis politiques là pour faire pièce activité aujourd'hui nous avons garder ça et puis nous avons garder à partir de l'hôpital là nous avons garder concert là yo tenu dimanche passé pour
ça religieuse là
oui mais nous avons commencé quand Gaspard te dit et puis ambiance là en chanter pour sa parti politique SLP ni un pile chantier pour campagne là mais à côté ça the mood is red ambiance là rouge tu vois
everybody ready in the air let me see them ready in the air red everybody sing it out the mood is red all of this labor in my head I cannot wait to jump on my bed to go and foot like a bus I beg cause the mood is red all of this labor in my head I cannot wait to jump on my bed to go and foot like a bus I beg cause the mood is red everybody know red up all in the air I tell you red up all in the air I tell you red up all in the air I tell you red up all in the air I tell you beep pop no time for the tap what we bring in is the walk from the bottom to the top can't send any waiting feel it but it's shaking pure love when we bring in no time for the faking it's red all of this labor in my head I cannot wait to jump on my bed to go and foot like a bus I beg cause the mood is red all of this labor in my head I cannot wait to jump on my bed to go and foot like a bus I beg cause the mood is red everybody know red up all in the air I tell you red up all in the air I tell you red up all in the air I tell you red up all in the air boy Jerry Maya ready there for the fire putting the people first you can't do that then retire showing them excited watch how we united you see what I did there go we ready we're honest we're butcher we ready we're Emma we're Shonda we ready show me a Stefan and Lisa we ready Kieran Kifo Moses the mood is red all of this labor in my head I cannot wait to jump on my bed to go and foot like a bus I beg cause the mood is red all of this labor in my head I cannot wait to jump on my bed to go and foot like a bus I beg cause the mood is red everybody know red up all in the air I tell you red up all in the air I tell you red up all in the air I tell you red up all in the air
Why? The mood is red. All right. Ça c'était un petit vidéo mécaniquement de qui moun qui fait chanter ça puis moi toujours aimé savent qui moun
Nodi
oui Nodi
oui
Nodi qui fait ça Nodi qui balata demain
OK
aïe Nodi qui balata demain the mood is red. All right so ça c'était chanter et comment tu as dit à chaque chanter et nous ka copie nous
oui parce que nous quand ça nous ni un programme nous a créé de Red Zone pour exemple musique Labour Party nous ni à sur 8 stations quand je vais commencer à 2h pour 6h différentes stations et puis après nous commencer à faire ça la semaine passée l'autre side là aller faire même
tout ça nous commencer mener les c'est lunch là mener c'est différents candidats en gofa yo fait ça mais moi apprendre et yo ka copie yellow is a code yo copie ça c'est ça
oui mais
ça sorti mais yo ka service Saint-Vincent aussi
oui mais mood là tellement red yo dit moi dimanche passé le spider était sur plateforme and you put the yellow is the code the mood is like check coin
Il y a que
Moud la tia sou tellement.
Un travail, moi, était allé un travail en rouge. Mais ça, c'était jour après Premier ministre fait
Annoncement élection.
On était madame qui travaille. Elle était dit, Nathalie, good night. Il dit, Mr. Gaspard, the red is moved.
Tellement red.
Ok, so an chaque bagay qui a fait en élection, ça là, quand il m'a dit, nous pour oui, en fait, nous pour un bon temps, mais ça qui est plus important, c'est pour faire l'idée, pour faire une bonne décision,
et puis aller voter.
Faire magie, et qu'on aller à vote, puisque vous avez regretté juste ça là. Tout le monde, pour en santé, aller prédier et aller trouver qu'on aille vote puisque ça important pile. L'autre bagage qui était nous regarder ça qui fait dernier des semaines depuis premier ministre on fait un go annoncement ça là.
Dion ba me do avant nous continuer. Ou te dit yo ka copy tout bagage de pas de café. Seul ba yo pas sa copy. C'est ça qui a fait dimanche prochain. Résultat. Il pas sa copie.
Il pas sa copie ça. Il pas sa copie mood là non.
Non plus.
Bon, l'autre comment dire nous regarder c'est gros développement qui fait depuis que Premier ministre fait gros annoncement ça là, il a annoncé jour élection qui est premier lundi prochain. On mettait comme ça. Pas demain, quand dit quoi, on dit lundi 8. So, le Premier ministre fait annoncement ça là. Il a aussi annoncé jour nomination. Bon, jour nomination, c'était vendredi. Ça, c'est jour papier. Tout le monde, c'est mon qui est intéressé pour faire, pour élection. Yo ka enregistrer yo ka mener papier entrer tout ça qui est nécessaire pour portrait yo, tout ça qui est nécessaire pour mener ça entrer c'est officiel élection avec c'est ça yo ka créé nomination day. Nomination day ça là c'était vendredi ça qu'a fait ça qui est intéressant avec moi même ça c'est nomination qu'a fait en dedans Paris là côté yo ka courir il pas fait casti comme monde ka peut-être tout bail c'est casti Paris là ou ka courir c'est là ou ka joindre nominé
mais avant nous aller regarder ça qui fait vendredi nous n'y a bail qui fait jeudi nous voulait parler avant
oui OK regardez là OK
parce que jeudi a tenu une grosse célébration l'église catholique ou ça continue
oui. C'était l'église catholique c'est une église qui spéciale il y a mode il a couru bagaille avec une manière l'église là construit c'est à quoi dit l'année il a l'année pour l'année c'est qu'on a fait avec Jordia qui a matché commencement et bien finissement l'année l'année catholique l'année avant commencer l'année 9 il y a créé Advent ça c'est avant quand les Jésus fête avec Noël tout ces bails ça so quand il a matché finissement il a matché commencement il a créé anglais Feast of Christ the King comme bon Dieu c'est en Jésus c'est un roi. Avec ça, c'est une go l'occasion en l'église catholique. Avec ça qui fait là, c'est, pour l'occasion, ça là, comme c'est tellement go l'occasion avec élection couillée pour, en temps ça là, archevêque, c'est Gabriel Malzé, il couillait ces deux partisans politiques là, avec Madeyo, pour pas chaîne go activité, désordre, bagaille comme ça. Vous savez, Chenny a une manière pour respecter l'église catholique là. Il criait Premier ministre Philippe Jepien, il est d'accord. Il criait monsieur Alain Chaste, honorable Alain Chaste, chef façade opposition, il est d'accord. Mais après il est d'accord, il dit archevêque là, tout le bail qui a passé bien, il pas qu'à rien. Où savent? Est-ce où savent? Alain Chaste, allez, viens organiser une activité qui calme quoi à présent là. Comment c'est assisé? Après, il dit, archevêque là, il paraît qu'il Rien. L'Église catholique, moi-même, li, côté Premier ministre Philippe J. Pierre, chef face, partisan étoile là, il voit en note à ce WhatsApp, tout partout. Moi-même, li dit, souple. Donc, à respecter l'Église catholique. Donc, à respecter, il dit, il a dit archevêque là, il paraît fait.
Tout et qu'il a respecté argument.
Exactly. Moi-même, en Babono, nous avons fait combien de plans pour nous, go moto, quel bagaille, oui. Mais nous dit, ok, nous
oui.
Respecter ça.
Il respectait parole. Et puis, comme on dit, partenir pièce activité nationale. Pour les partis, partenir pièce activité constituency. Et puis, à part de l'autre side là, organiser launch manifesto soir.
La technique Cassius North, tu as annoncé go commencer à Yonne. C'est Cassius North Flambeau. Oui.
Tu as un bagage aujourd'hui.
Oui, papa est mort. Hein?
Oui, papa est
mort, mais maintenant, yo cancel, yo envoyé. Maintenant, moi, ouais, yo annoncé go moto que Dieu.
Mais ça qui était plus mauvais. Ça qui était plus mauvais encore. Yo t'es publié note de press release. Yeah. Aba hypocrite qu'a dit Labour Party qu'a blâmé premier ministre là, qu'a dit Labour Party pas qu'à observer bagay catholique là et puis yo dit aussi qui yo kay aller l'église après-midi yo kay aller à bagay catholique mais à 6h yo kay commencer bail mais ça bail hypocrite 6h dimanche pas ka finir à 6h ou t'es d'accord ou pas ka faire rien jodi pas ka finir à 6h dimanche aussi pas ka finir dimanche pas ka finir à 6h so pas te supposé faire ça et ça ka moto ou pas moun parole
tu pas honnête
et si ou ka faire ça par l'église catholique a pas dit ou by parole ou changer ou aller à ce ou ka moutrer considérer c'est l'autre side là qui est blâme et puis ça ka moutrer ou pas pour gouverner pas pour gouverner
c'est quartier là parce que c'est on dit hypocrisie
oui c'est hypocrisie
yo ka faire quoi yon bagay et yo ka faire l'autre on ka faire ça avec l'église catholique là fait yo quoi ou là et puis yo ouais faire l'autre bagay
c'est pas excuse la raison c'est qui OK ou aller l'église aujourd'hui so il y a 6h so à 6h so 6h so pas ça tienne parole pour 24 heures du temps ou quand ça gouverner un pays pour 5 années ou quand tienne parole and nous ni deux clips yon ko Guy Joseph te ka parler là était en kai consiste comme membre gouvernement ka parler à ce manière il ka respecter religion tout le monde et puis nous attend archbishop archevêque là qu'a dit il était mandé tout le monde and clip ça machine ça c'est clip number 2
I've always told the people in my church the day that my religion comes into conflict with politics I will know what decision to make. If I look at what's happening in the US today, President Trump is not ashamed to say that he will stand on the side of Christianity. I respect the religion of everybody inside here. So if I have an activity and the honorable member for Mikud North, we always have that discussion. If I say we have that to do today, she tell me now, you know, that's my Sabbath. I said, I respect that honorable member. I respect everything. Because there are certain things about people that we must never trample on. All my colleagues can tell you, I have never attended a meeting on a Saturday. I have never attended a function on a Saturday. I give to Caesar what is Caesar's.
The Roman Catholic Feast of Christ the King will be held on the 23rd of November, which serves as the conclusion of the liturgical year of feast days. As the election season reaches its climax, Archbishop Gabriel Malze has made the request of the political parties to respect the holy day and pause campaigns on Sunday, 8 days before the general election.
We had written to both the heads of both parties to suspend campaigns on the 23rd of November because we have the celebration of Christ the King. We have the celebration of the Jubilee of the Faithful, which is at the celebration of Christ the King. So both of them, of the leaders, agreed. So that is the reason why we asked them to keep away from campaigns.
While the Archbishop states that both political leaders had agreed to the one-day break, the United Workers' Party will be launching its manifesto through a rally on Sunday 23rd in Lakai Dennery.
I heard something of that sort, but I mean, it was certainly agreed that they were not going to have any activity on the Sunday. So I don't know why there is such. You know.
I give to Caesar what is Caesar's.
Ouais, monsieur, ouais, monsieur. Pourtant, même, archevêque là dit, yo d'accord pour partir dans rien, mais comment il dit, he doesn't know why.
Moi, quand j'espère, l'église catholique a fait un statement sur ça.
Mais comment il dit, yo vrai, et qu'il y a un point devant, yo point devant qui dit c'est l'église, c'est partisan étoile là, qui pani respect
pour l'église
catholique. C'est ici, tout ça au Catane, ça c'est pour un deux faire l'idée, faire un bon choix lundi prochain, lundi premier, tout ça au Catane, c'est pour yo try essayer qu'il y ait monde et pour nous-mêmes. Ouais, en disant yo en cerveau yo ka chill yo ça yo ka essayer.
Ou di yo ka essayer kene moun sa kene moun sa kene nom ou aller l'église jodia ou di yo ka c'est pas ça kene bon Dieu.
Pas exact.
OK. Pas ça kene bon Dieu. Il connaît raison pour tu yo ka faire bagay. Ba la ou ka faire action ou ka faire.
Bon Dieu ka tout bagay. Et le quoi ou ka kene nom.
L'autre Premier ministre Philippe Pierre Jodia était fait un statement à Sousa en côté.
In politics, particularly during this time, you expect all sorts of things to be said, all sorts of statements to be made. But one would believe that out of common decency, these statements, though critical, should have some level of truth, some level of belief. I want to refer to a statement by the United Workers' Party. And the press statement reads, SLP in conflict with Christian values. And it says, to begin with, in the past weeks, the St. Lucia Labour Party has witnessed a series of actions by the St. Lucia Labour Party that openly and unmistakably express the government's deepened respect for the church and for Christian values. I want to ask the public of St. Lucia what action have we taken that has exposed that disrespect? And allow me to go through the press release paragraph by paragraph, because it's important that we give clarity on these matters. If not, some people will believe, although some people will still believe because of their blind loyalty to a party. But I think it's important that I deal with it. The first paragraph states that Prime Minister Philip J. forced the Catholic Church to change its plans as part of its Jubilee observance. The Catholic community asked political leaders to cooperate and restrain so that these activities could proceed in reverence and peace. First of all, I have never, and I will never force the Catholic Church to change its plans about anything. Never. I challenge the United Workers' Party and I challenge the church to openly say that I force them to change their mind. It's a challenge. To openly say that I force their mind force them to change their mind, or I said, or I did or said anything that would change their mind as to the Jubilee activities. Secondly, it says the government of St. Lucia of the Labour Party deliberately decided to call general elections in the middle of the Jubilee celebrations. I want to ask you, the listener, when the leader of the opposition in his rallies have been calling on me to ring the bell, the palace we will use for elections. Further, he even said that he would have marched on the streets of Castries if I didn't call elections before a particular date. He even threatened to march the streets of Castries. And he said to me, he and his surrogates, that he's instructing me to call elections before a particular date. Now, he says, I deliberately call elections that he called for. But sadly, because he's ill-prepared, he needs to blame someone. Then he goes and he says, on nomination day, in full national view, Deputy Prime Minister Ernest Hilaire arrived with a man dressed as a devil. A shocking act and deliberate mockery of Christian values. Come on, let us don't take it to that level. That's something in local parlance called toes. But you can't blame the leader of the opposition because he's clearly said what he's a product, where he's a product of. And I think, except when St. Lucians have celebrations, there's no toes in Canada. So I guess I can understand, he doesn't understand the cultural relevance of toes in our celebrations. Finally, the Code of Conduct, the Christian Conference invited all political leaders to sign a national code of conduct, a simple commitment to integrity and Christian responsibility during the election season. Only Alan Shaston agreed. Again, I defy the United Workers' Party to see if that code has been signed, when it will be signed, and if I ever disagreed. That, again, is a lie. I have never said I will not sign a code, nor have I ever communicated to, in any form or fashion, publicly, is next to God, an act of political idolatry no true Christian can accept. I've never said so. And again, it is where the mind of these people are. That phrase TJZ is a phrase that's been used in politics for a long time. That's why it wasn't called any TJZ. That's a long time. George Charles, Mikey Pilgrim, John Compton, all these people call that name. So to get that low really shows the desperation of the United Workers' Party. But the crux of the question is, or the issue is, which the press release fails to see, is that the Archbishop called and asked, he called before, then he wrote before he called, and come in the sequence, and he asked that all political activity be suspended on the 24th of November. I visited the Archbishop in his office on a Wednesday. I remember apologizing to him for my dress because I was in my constituency. And I said to him that the Labour Party will oblige and we will have no political activity on the 24th of November. No white skin. We oblige. He told me at the time that the opposition had agreed. So I said, no problem. Then I warned him. I told him that I'm not holding any faith in the word of the opposition, but I'm going with him. I told him so. Because I've been there before. I know about these promises. I know about these actions. I've been there before. I told him that I am holding, so regardless of what the opposition does or doesn't do, I am going to hold it. And I've instructed the members of my party not to get involved in any large-scale, major, overt political activity on that day. And the St. Lucian Labour Party will not have any activity on the 24th of November in keeping with a promise that we made to the Catholic Church. If the United Workers' Party wants to break a promise, that is their business. It will nothing be new, not in anything new. But the Labour Party will not hold any political activity on Friday, on Sunday, the 23rd. But before I end, I wanted to warn the public, to tell the public, to demand better from politicians, including the Labour Party, when it comes to these kind of things. Have some level of fact-checking. Don't allow politicians say whatever they want without fact-checking them. Let's just call for some accountability from the politicians, both in the policies and both in the things that they utter on platforms. This week, sadly, is going to be the week of the biggest political lies ever said or done in the politics of the solution. That's what I'm predicting from the United Workers' Party. The United Workers' Party has reached a point of desperation where anything can happen, or anything will happen. They will do or say anything. So I want to warn the public to be discerning, to think before you believe, and to fact check things that sound right, but may not be, but are not right. And very quickly, I want to say something about the 2.5% levy. The 2.5% levy, the opposition proclaimed that I said it was for 2 years. I brought the bill in the parliament that showed it was not for 2 years. It was never intended to be for 2 years. It was never sunset legislation. They insisted. So I just want to thank the public for their understanding and ask them to be discerning what you believe and what you repeat, and to choose wisely. Choose the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Right. Well, autant de pourquoi, le Premier ministre a expliqué exactement manière bah la fête, il doit tenir parole et puis archevêque là qu'a dit qu'a bail la parole li comme quoi partisan étoile là comme c'est lui qui chef il a fait assurer un partisan étoile appartient pièce activité pour distraire l'occasion l'église
catholique là
il mettait ça il dit Massafsi dit aussi mais moi changer il dit il allait la Kaili pour assurer avec Égypte faire apologie pour manière était habillé OK mais archevêque là dit comme quoi opposition t'es d'accord bon pour qui ça sous d'accord ou changer parole jodi a babono 3 heures tenir machine qui monter descendre avec toute son musique
là n'y a pas premier ministre là dit il dit archevêque là oui vous dit moi opposition là d'accord mais cadeau il pas une parole
il connaît il dit à connaître yo mais c'est vrai là connaît mais en tout ça moi toujours ça n'était dit en bail longtemps. The truth is what you believe it to be. Oui. You say, so n'importe bagaille ou dit, de pourquoi ça c'est la vérité. Mais c'est.
Et puis c'est qualité moun ça qui voulait gouverner pays.
Exact, qualité nom ça. C'est pour ça moi dou. Programme ça là, c'est pour aider ou catcher aider ou faire l'idée ou pas faire magie. C'est pour ça nous qu'a faut changer qui moun Alain Chassenay avec partisan flamboyé action yo te prend les yo te en gouvernement à présent ou quoi yo savine ken moun à présent fait moun quoi yo maintenant il dit il pas même moun là
il pas même moun là qui fait ça il fait aujourd'hui
même ça mais de parler à sur plateforme moi de ma c'est français le Chassenay mais te parler avec moi dit d'autres ou changer chanter dodo pas qu'à faire ça encore.
Oui. Ouvrez la porte là. Ouvrez la porte là.
Dodo qui là. Ouvrez la porte là. Pas qu'à faire ça encore. C'est assez la même. Ah ouais. Nous passons à côté monsieur. Même si Kavin Kaplé, oui, il pas qu'à faire ça. Il mentit. Si
on pas qu'à chaîne parole pour archevêque. L'église là.
Et quand même dit qu'on changer. Vitement, yo changé fait accréditer l'autre façade là. Oh my God.
OK, nous avons première pause nous actuellement là nous devons nous regarder jour nomination qui s'était vendredi.
Si nous faisons temps pour nous déposer, coller, serrer, nous et cadencer. Si nous faisons temps pour nous
McDowell's supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatments that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
Introducing McDowell's Moringa, a natural supplement made from the Moringa oleifera, which contains more than 92 nutrients and 46 types of antioxidants. Moringa is said to cure about 300 diseases and almost have all the vitamins found in fruits and vegetables. Moringa contains 30 anti-inflammatories, 18 amino acids, and 9 essential amino acids. Moringa nourishes the immune system, promotes healthy circulation, supports normal glucose levels, contains natural anti-aging benefits, provides anti-inflammatory support, promotes healthy digestion, promotes heightened mental clarity, boosts energy without caffeine, encourages balanced metabolism, promotes softer skin, provides relief from acne, and supports normal hormone levels. Moringa has no documented side effects. Moringa, the miracle herb, available at Health Service Center.
You're watching MBC.
Si nous t'es content pour nous t'es causé, collé, serré, nous t'es écalancé. Si nous t'es content pour nous expliquer, collé, serré, collé, serré.
A certain one, I might have to say it in English. A certain person wants to hear a song. The mood is ready. We'll play it for you, but just wait a while. We want to go through with the program, but you'll hear it, okay? All right. So nous ka faire savent que programme nous causer ka nous là pour aider ou faire l'idée un bon choix là ou ka faire exa là nous pas là pour amuser nous c'est pour faire comprendre qui moun allant chasse neye avec partisan flambeau qui kalte katil yoni qui ça yo ja fait pour faire ou ouais yo pas bon pour Saint-Lucie.
Et puis
ça yo fait.
Durant pause là mon fait changer qui là nous ka regarder ça a été fait en temps passé. Changer by National Trust là. Ti by Powell li. Il pas de croiser vieux prison. Di by Powell li by CA puis Attorney General, c'est un document légal
devant avocat
gouvernement. Et quand samedi bon matin, personne pas regardé, papa était là, il a croisé building. Ça c'est un monde qui pas catchen Powell. So si il do pour cette ici moi quand il fait ça en toute manifesto by la Union soir, il pas qu'à chain Powell en sec l'année où il électé. Il pas qu'à chain Powell.
Il aussi te dit il tient papier à sous table
si pour gaz
ça descend 5 années 6 presque 6 années il pas jamais fait
il pas de cas ouais papier
pas ouais toi temando nous pas de confiance en monsieur pas qu'à chaîne parole il pas honnête. OK all right bon
oui.
L'autre go activité à nous dit c'était jour tout le monde nous ka ouais qui monde qui sérieux.
Oui.
Qui moun qui pas oui qui a mené $500 avec dit avec papier yo portrait tout bagay pour enregistrer quoi yo pour élection ça là. Moi quoi c'était 44
qui registré?
Oui, en tout.
Ah, maté bon
oui, c'est 17
34 pour chaque
c'est entre ces deux partis. Malgré
l'année 34.
C'est 34.
Avec l'année 10 l'autre indépendant?
Avec l'année 10 l'autre indépendant. Mais moi, quand je suis 9, ni 5.
Oh!
5. Positif.
Adam qui a joué yon de vote ça yo rappelle.
So après ça nous a fait nous a mucho qui manière passer en Adam. C'est pas tout Adam c'est différent par là.
Bon, il était à plusieurs ses côtés en carnaval. Oui. Et puis moi crois ça ba qui bon pour démocratie nous, manière mon ka prend ba ça sérieux, yo ka jaouté tout oui.
On va voir cheval là. Non, on va aller cheval. On va aller cheval là, oui. Moi quoi c'est en dernier
non, Mikunov, Elisha, oui. Cousin Jerry man.
De vous ça. All right.
But let's look at Angadi for the clip like.
Alan. Yes, Joy. Good. Right there. Thank you for giving out your expectations for second term as MP for Dennery South. It's a clear victory for the St. Lucia Labour Party, and Dennery South will be one of the constituencies that will be back in Parliament come the 1st of December. I want to thank all of my constituents for being here today. I have just signed my nomination papers, and that is proof that I will be vying for the candidacy of the St. Lucia Labour Party between now and the 1st of December. I urge my people to continue remaining safe. Make sure you are getting ready, getting set to put that X by the St. Lucia Labour Party. The Philip J. Pierre administration needs another term. We have to continue our work, and for all that we've done for St. Lucians in the last 4.5 years, I know once we are back, we will continue to put the people first. We will continue to improve the quality of life of the people, and I know January South will be there.
Relax and chill, relax and just chill. My blow relax, my blow chill. Cause Team Lisa for the win. Guess who taking cash with South East constituency? Listen up.
No time to wait. We putting Lisa in the place. Mama
Somebody say Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. Somebody say Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. We voting for Jawaier. Lisa Jawaier. We voting for Jawaier. This is Jawire, I'm telling you, the choice is clear. Police Jawire, T.Y. Bani prepare. This is Jawire. Bagay te mouve a plas, ebgen nou pati ka mou fas. Lisa la pou leve nou. Genti boy, epti fam to a presence in the place. Then let us start to this. Can see the community up. That's why I put in a rap. Jawire. This is Jawire, we voting for Jawire. This is Jawire, I'm telling you, the choice is clear. Police Jawire, T.Y. Bani prepare. This is Jawire, the mood is red.
Wow, ça pour continuer. Bon, moi, je fais qu'on y a. Moi, je fais qu'on y a dit. Je sais encore.
Mais ça me débat, moi, je voulais your question. Où t'es monté pour politics 1981? 98. Quand il m'a dit, c'était comme ça, pour une nomination. L'autre bas l'avocat me dit, ouais, vous observez ces petits mamans à l'école là, qui étaient sortis dehors, qui chantent SLP avec manière yo.
SLP!
Oui, avec manière yo aller au Lisa. Les petits mamans à l'école, petits mamans. Sakamoto, qui côté calé, Sakamoto, the mood is red, tout partout.
Mais pour répondre à la question, moi, je regarde plus bonne. Les moi-même monté pour l'élection en 1998. Paternisa, c'est 6 personnes qui étaient à vote pour moi et qui ont chanté 3 et 4 autres personnes qui étaient là. Ça pas toutes ces rôles, ça pièce.
Roro,
mais tout excitement. Paternisa pièce, parce que la présence en gros carnaval. Mais il y a encore Babono. Babono, toutes ces mêmes comptes avec Maria, ma l'école secondaire, Babono avec l'école primaire. Toute ma main était beau, chinois, car il est the mood is red. Pourtant, ça, blague là, c'est, mais Babono allait avant. So, moi, il y a après 9 ans, il était pour là. Et moi, Titus, c'était un temps après. So, les Babono allaient, toute ma main, l'école, the mood is red, tout partout, the mood is red. You want to comment? Le teacher dit I don't see them. You parle pas sortir maman personne. Ce monde là, it was oui. The mood is red.
On continue donc clip là Gozile nous avons une nomination en Gozile. Clip 5.
Red.
Vibrant scenes unfolded across St. Lucia on nomination day as waves of supporters swept their candidates to their nomination centers to submit nomination papers endorsed by at least 6 registered electors. The atmosphere was particularly electric in Grosile, where supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party SLP candidate Kenson Casimir took to the streets. Dressed in party colors, they marched to the returning office, chanting campaign songs and creating a boisterous spectacle as Casimir formalized his candidacy.
I think the people behind me, they've seen the work over 4 years. They know they elected a parliamentary representative that went to work immediately in Grosile, and they are nominating a parliamentary representative that they know will do even more. They know I wasn't able to do everything that every individual wanted. I couldn't have done every single road, but they know that we've worked and they've never seen so much work in the constituency in Grosile over a 4-year period. So, very sweet victory coming on December 1st.
The political excitement continued in Grosile minutes after Casimir entered the Human Resource Development Center. The United Workers' Party UWP candidate Marcella Johnson and her supporters arrived, creating a swift change in the atmosphere. Her motorcade initially moved along Harrogans Road. Then she and her supporters got off the vehicles and marched back up the street right towards the returning officer's office, signaling their candidate's imminent arrival.
Oui, Gozile.
Ça c'est Gozile. Où c'est Gozile? Dis-nous.
Non, même là, qui était fait sur les autres constituencies, il doit être Sayo, et puis, ouais, Marcella était là, et puis, Maui, Mr. Johnson. Mais Johnson, pour jamais ni seul. L'autre là, donc, Kaibuto, c'est Premier ministre là, Philippe Pierre, Macha. Et puis, l'école anthropologie est sortie tout même manière.
Okay.
From the East, I'm here to support the strongest, most formidable man I know, Philip J. Pierre. And you know what? We're coming for it. We're coming for it, Chas. We're taking it.
The News Force crew was greeted by an enthusiastic SLP crowd at the Entrepot Human Resource Development Center on Friday, November 21st, 2025, Nomination Day. Even students at the Entrepot Secondary School were swept up in the energy and vibe of the crowd. The day solidifies who is in the race, contested or uncontested, as the Human Resource Development Center served as the official station for election nominees to formally declare their intentions to contest the December 1st elections. 6th Term MP and Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre is adamant that his nomination was all about what the people wanted.
I'm doing that for the people of Cashews East and for the people of St. Lucia. What's important is not really how I feel, it's how they feel. And you saw how they felt this morning. There are people in this crowd. There's a lady who signed my nomination papers in 1992 and I just left school and I ran elections and she's there. You understand? So it's about how they feel. I'm doing it for them. I feel privileged. I feel humbled that these people can have shown confidence in me for such a long time. And they get insulted. They get insulted. They are asked all the time, why are you voting for him? What has he done? The people insult them. They ridicule them. But they're steadfast from generations. Their mothers, grandmothers, they have stuck with me. And I really, really want to thank them. So it's all about them. And becoming Prime Minister, it's only because of them and the members of the St. Lucia Labour Party and the people of St. Lucia have the confidence in me. So it's about them. I'm doing it for them and with them. You see them out there.
The long-term MP also unveiled his plans for the constituency if successful in retaining the seat.
We have a police station, we have a community center, right now we're also working on crafts market. Craft market. We're converting the Marshall market into a craft market. Work is happening there. We've redone the James Belgrave Court. We've redone the Marshall grounds. We've redone the Minto Philip grounds. So our sport infrastructure, we are working on it now. So generally, we are doing that. But why do we do that? We continue to have continuous improvement in the lives of the people.
Oui, ça c'était le Premier ministre Philippe J. Pierre, c'est chef partisan étoile les jours nomination, qui a parlé avec Jean Média. Vous savez qui m'a dit, mais ça qui touche moi, ça dit là, c'est mon madame dit qui première fois il monté pour l'élection, lui-même ça c'est Premier ministre. Il a été monté en l'année 1992. Mon qui sié papier là, il l'a toujours. Et puis, ça c'est 32 l'année après, mon là, et puis, ça a montré confiance. Les gens ont confiance en dedans. Ça c'est, moi, c'est famille.
C'est vous qui a baillé mon la confiance. Ça ou qu'a fait, ça ou qu'a dit action.
Oui, puisque oui, c'est vrai, puisque si il était qu'a fait bon, il était dit c'était that mon n'a pas
si était mon qui pas de catch parole.
Mais là, oui. Si c'était con l'autre là, il pas de catch parole. Mon n'a pas de là. C'est ça pour mon ni confiance pour toute l'année, toute élection. Il n'y a pas perdu.
Oui, ça me cadeau là c'est élection madame Nancy c'était premier ça a été perdu avec il était puis
Marguerite il était puis c'est important. So Premier ministre bon travail et qui aussi parler à sous ces plans ini moi passé chemin Bagatelle l'autre jour Kon bel pa travay, bel travay. San chimè yi ka gwandi, yo ka mette slab asou se kanal la pou gwandi chimè. Ek se bon chak travay li ka fet.
Pas sa se manye, kadi an back road sou vle, soti ka si pou sou ka ale bien fort, ka pase pa der pou ale pa der for deglo epi
Exactement. C'est un chimè ki important, pin. Alright.
Denye klip la nou kay moutou, avan nou chanje CGA, c'est Sean Again. Jour nomination c'était vendredi, mais jeudi, au soir, il était en whistle stop.
Ok, so ça c'était Sean Again, il coupe vite debout dans ce nom, mais quand même, nous avons un petit pause, avec là nous dévier, nous avons visiter l'école, l'hôpital Saint-Jude.
Si nous faisons temps pour nous causer, coller, serrer, nous et cadencer. Si nous faisons temps pour nous expliquer, coller, serrer, coller, serrer.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger Turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your we are stressed.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Remember the P's business deal sold a government mall for $30 million, then rented it back for $56 million. Let that sink in. That's the leadership. That's looting. Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party ended the corruption circus. We cleaned up contracts, invested in people, passed laws to prosecute thieves in suits. Vote clean hands and a strong future. On December 1st, vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party. Under the UWP, horses had a better home than our human patients. St. Jude Hospital sat unfit for years while Chasney poured millions into a racetrack. The St. Lucia Labour Party fixed that. St. Jude is now complete. Universal healthcare is finally. Don't gamble your health on Chasney and the UWP. On December 1st, vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party.
You're watching MBC.
Si nous t'es content pour nous t'es causé, collé, serré, nous t'es cadencé. Si nous t'es content pour nous expliquer, collé, serré, collé, serré.
Et puis nous, programme c'est à nous causer avec nous qu'à causer bien, oui, nous qu'à causer à ce situation politique pays avec nous qu'à faire causer c'est pour faire aider ou faire un bon choix le 1er décembre lundi en 8. OK? Ça c'est ça nous ici pour faire un bon catchil, faire un bon idée, bon choix pour mettre virer voter by partisans étoile là puisque nous a ouais ça nous avons chance pour comparer entre l'année 2016 pour 2021 ça quitté là avant avec l'année 2021 et puis 2025 pour nous ouais grand différence quand des monde garder c'est qu'on nuit l'histoire et puis la journée
et puis
as wide as that.
Et puis ça, il y a pour question, il y a pour question, il y a pour répondre. Il y a tiré le gouvernement Alan Chasney en 2021. Il y a ça pour qui raison il y a tiré le gouvernement. Il y a pour me dire quoi yo. Est-ce raison ça valide toujours? Est-ce qu'il y a fait un lien différent qui a moto ou te fait un lewe en 2021?
Il dit changer. I'm not the same man I used to be.
Cody l'autre he was. Cody Alan Bussera. He was.
So Stephen, the man has changed for the worse.
So si raison te changer, si raison ça bon toujours et que l'autre là où te mette en place li, fait meilleur. Ou ça pour faire.
Mais c'est plus mauvais, ok? So, ça, après ça, nous avons visité l'hôpital Saint-Jude. Bon, depuis le Premier ministre a annoncé l'élection, et depuis l'hôpital Saint-Jude ouvert, à sous ça, à sous l'hôpital Saint-Jude, le Premier ministre dit qu'il a délivré l'hôpital Saint-Jude avec cette ici, écoutez ça bien. Et ça, nous avons fait à présent, c'est mucho l'histoire, l'histoire à ce l'hôpital Saint-Jude qui manière bagala yon après l'autre. Nous avons commencé à changer d'affaires faites en l'année 2009. 16 l'année, 16 years, l'hôpital là resté à terre. Différents gouvernements, seul gouvernement qui pas fait rien, c'était gouvernement Alain Chasney. Non. Nous avons pris un commencement. Nous avons commencé et puis première les ambassadeurs.
Non, première c'est Prime Minister Philippe
King.
Non, avant King. Nous avons commencé par ça qui fait dimanche passé.
OK.
Now, let's be honest. 16 years is a long time. Too long. Too long for the people of the South to wait for the hospital to return home. Too long for mothers and fathers who had to travel miles for care. Too long for the doctors, nurses, and hospital staff who kept serving day after day in conditions no professional should ever have to endure. And I say this plainly, the conscience of this government, my government, could not allow this situation to continue. It was not right. It was not just. It was not the solution way. We could not in our good conscience look the people of the South, the people of this nation in the eye and ask for their trust while they waited and endured and hoped. So, we made a promise to return St. Jude Hospital to its rightful home. And today, my friends, we have kept this promise.
Okay. Prime Minister.
Okay.
Prime Minister Kadi, yo chen promet yo pour fini bâti l'hôpital là. Et bien fini bâti building là ko ou kay mette l'hôpital là. Pas sans building ou pas ni l'hôpital.
Mais ça qui est important, c'est que le Premier ministre a toujours dit, c'est ça qui fait dimanche, il délivré, puis contrat, c'est mon qui fait bâtir place là, il finit, c'est même qu'on a fait un caille, il finit un caille là. So, moi, j'aime ça contracteur pour mettre stove, mettre fridge, mettre toute barrage comme couche,
mettre toute barrage. Développement économique qui était en charge projet pour bâtir, bah la fini, il y a ministre santé, building Milaclé ou mi building net. Nous avons tant plus tard qui ça qui a fait actuellement. Mais ça qui est important c'est ou ni un building pour mettre en l'hôpital. Dernier gouvernement pas quitté un building pour mettre en l'hôpital. Quand il a dit il quitté un boîte qui pas tenir rien dedans. Pas même bail ko rien.
Boîte vide.
Boîte vide. So, on garde nous avons vu sur l'histoire, c'est phase là qui est importante en l'histoire 16 l'année qui passée. Nous avons commencé puis en vidéo et puis M. King a été Premier ministre 2 jours après l'IFEA qui était brûlé en section St. Jude.
Prime Minister Stephen King on Thursday paid tribute to the staff of the St. Jude's Hospital and the ordinary citizens who braved the raging flames and scorching heat of the inferno. He says their action helped save many lives. The Prime Minister, who expressed regret for the loss of life, has vowed to take care of the funeral arrangements for the fire victims as well as provide necessary support for their loved ones.
To the families who lost lives, whose members lost their lives in the fire, it is a great loss to us. It is a sad moment, and it's one that we hope that we'll be able to comfort those people and to allow them to continue life knowing that it was an unfortunate situation. I have already indicated, and let me indicate further, that the government is absolutely and totally committed to assisting those families in this present time towards the burial of their loved ones and assisting them psychologically and financially in sustaining themselves through this very immediate difficult period.
A section of the George Odlum National Stadium has been converted into an emergency unit. The temporary facility, which began receiving patients Wednesday, is fully operational.
The western wing has been transformed into a temporary emergency medical center to provide services to the people of VF1. Last night they were already receiving patients when I left there at about 8 o'clock. It is an indication of the commitment of our people and the manner in which they rise to the occasion in times of national disaster.
The ultimate goal is the complete restoration of the St. Jude Hospital to serve the medical and healthcare needs of the populace. But the Prime Minister says a technical committee will examine and analyze the feasibility of constructing an upgraded modern St. Jude Hospital at the existing site.
I am convinced that within months we will be on the ground to implement that program, and I look forward to the support of all St. Lucians, all our friends near and far, who are coming in droves to give support to this great institution.
The Prime Minister says the St. Jude disaster offers a unique opportunity to mobilize the entire nation behind the cause of rebuilding a highly regarded and symbolic institution in the history of the country.
Oui, ça c'est le premier ministre. Ça c'était un rapport sorti HTS en 2009, 2 jours après des faits qui étaient brûlés Saint-Jude. Et là, où était encore le premier ministre Stephenson King te dit, qu'il a bien bâti l'hôpital là, à site là, était by commitment ça.
Oui, il était pour mettre comme exactement place là qui était dommagé, c'est ça a été dit, il a rangé. Mais, moi, ça a changé, les premières élections, là même après ça. C'est dès l'année.
Mais il a commencé. Il a commencé. Travailler à ça. Et puis, l'autre clip là, nous, là, quand vous tuez gouvernement Taïwan, ambassadeur Taïwan, ambassadeur Tom Chu qui était là, tu fait un plan, un master plan pour l'hôpital. On regarde pas une pièce sans assun, on juste regarde vite. The phone is ringing. Now. Oui, ça c'était ambassadeur Taïwan en temps. T'as passé Tom Chu qui était présenté un plan pour le gouvernement pour rebâtir Saint-Jude. Et puis comme Gaspard dit, en 2011, Central Labour Party, Dr. Kenny Anthony, était en pouvoir et puis il a continué le travail là, M. King a commencé. Et puis l'autre vidéo, que Prime Minister Kenny Anthony et puis ministre pour santé, dans ça Alvin Reynolds était visité travail là. Ça c'était en 2012.
Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony saw firsthand the progress of work on the St. Jude Hospital destroyed by fire in September 2009. The Prime Minister was accompanied by the Minister of Health, Wellness, Human Services and Gender Relations, Alvin Reynolds, government officers, contractors, workers and officials of the St. Jude Hospital. The Prime Minister said people in the south of the island and the St. Jude Hospital staff were eager for the completion of what he says will turn out to be a brand new hospital.
I think we are now approaching the closing stages. I hesitate to say that it will be all over by November. I will not take that risk because there is still a lot of work to be done. But the progress there has been very significant over the last couple of months. I don't think anyone should have any anxiety about my commitment to provide the resources to construct this hospital.
I've been told that within 3 weeks windows will be installed and then you can begin the cleaning up process and the laying of the flooring and installing equipment. It looks like a lot more work has to go into it, but I know there are various teams that have been contracted to do certain works on site.
Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony addressed the issue of costs, noting that the initial estimates for construction and equipment acquisition were being exceeded, but that this was an investment that needed to be made.
I mean, there was talk initially of a hospital being constructed at 30 million. It's now in the vicinity of 47 million. I think by completion it's going to be about 60 million. But you know what? I think it's going to be money well spent because you're going to have, as I said, a new hospital, increased facilities, brand new facilities, equipment that we never had before here at St. Jude.
Dr. Anthony said the new hospital at St. Jude will do St. Lucia proud. He thanked the government of Taiwan for work done on the surgical wing and spoke to the workers about his satisfaction with what has been accomplished.
I spoke to many of them. They seem committed, very passionate about what they're doing. They know that this means a lot to the people of St. Lucia, and overall the quality has been good. I found nothing really to complain about in terms of the quality of the work.
The Prime Minister said when completed, St. Jude Hospital will be the most advanced in the OECS and will provide a range of service not currently available here. He says this will save St. Lucians who would normally travel to other Caribbean islands for medical attention. For the DBS News World, Alex Bousquet reporting.
Défunt Alex Bousquet.
Défunt Alex Bousquet, I report.
Oui.
All right, so.
Posé en la paix.
Oui, rest in peace, my
brother. Ça a tellement longtemps après ça, a fait 2012.
Oui,
et puis,
ok.
Premier ministre Kenny Anthony, il pas une date pour finissement building là. Oui. Mais 2012, mais il était fait des élections en 2011 et puis il portait avec building là.
Non, il fait des élections en 2016.
2016. Avec building là.
Mais ça qui est important, c'est les Kenny Anthony, Dr. Kenny Anthony, a tué en 2011. Il n'a pas jamais de travail.
Non.
Ce problème-là, c'était l'argent. Il était difficile pour joindre un loan pour continuer. L'argent, il était commandé pour lui, mais en finissement.
Il joue en finissement, il joue en Taïwan pour $20 millions.
$20 millions.
Et puis, on t'a parlé, et puis, on a fait un directeur de l'hôpital là, Cherry Poyot. On t'a parlé, et puis, en 2017, le gouvernement, il a tué. Il peut encore ça, dit qui ça a été fait, puis l'hôpital là. On t'a parlé, puis, pour un programme télévision, on t'a fait. Et je me demandé, ça nous dit en anglais, worst case scenario, quitter l'hôpital à Kaifini. Worst case, ça veut dire, qui plus longtemps il Kaifini. Et qui dit moi, 6 mois. En 2017, 6 mois il Kaifini. Et tout le temps, on attend, c'est que l'hôpital c'est presque 80% fini. Le gouvernement il doit le point. Entrer en pouvoir. Et ça qui était fait, comme nous savons, il y a deux bouts de travail là. Il y a deux bouts de travail là. Et puis nous avons des clips talents qui ont moto Kogai qui a dit qui ça il a fait dit il a continué le travail là.
Montre qu'a parlé sur l'hôpital là.
Il pas une autorité morale pour parler à sous santé parce que des bagages ont été faits. Plusieurs bagages en santé. L'hôpital Saint-Jude était de bout. Wellness Center Daniel Larissus. You do boutli, you pas continuer l'argent là, you just là, you just pas fait. Pour pini Sean. OK EU, you prend 4 années pour ouvrir.
Oui, au Covid qui fait forcer.
Oui. So pas une pièce autorité pour parler à santé. Et puis ça qui fait là Saint-Jude. Là you do boutli pour 3 années. Nous perdons en 16 et 10 l'année pour l'hôpital. Il y a deux pour 3 l'année. Le gouvernement ça a tenu pour le Labour Party, là, ils ont tué. Ils ont garder ça pour faire. Ils ont l'année pour décider ça, ils ont fait. Ils ont 3 l'année pour finir. Et ils ont autant. Changement de dos, ils ont dit en 2017, l'hôpital a été dans 6 mois encore, ça fini. Mais si vous abandonnez le building là pour 3 l'année, ça a été gagné pour faire en 2017 là. Ça va doubler. So, nous ça dit, à cause du gouvernement UWP, nous perdons 7 l'année.
Wow.
3 l'année, il n'y a pas fait rien. En 3 l'année, ça a building là, va venir plus mauvais en building là. Et pour l'autre 4 l'année pour finir, si pas fait, ça pas fait, il pas qu'il pour l'autre 7 l'année. Et puis, moi fais recherche à Google pour check si on a bâti à l'hôpital sans couche. On a commencé à bâtir en l'hôpital. Combien de temps il y a pour finir l'hôpital là? Oui, pour cela, c'est à 3 pour 6 l'année. N'importe côté. L'hôpital, 3 pour 6 l'année. Il y a sans couche. Il y a sans couche. C'est ça. So, si elle a commencé en 2009, à Barking, et que tu as l'argent. 2014-2015, c'est fini. En 2016, là, le gouvernement Kenny Anthony, c'était fini. So là, il y a fini.
L'hôpital, ça, derrière, pas
10 l'année.
Pas 10, 11 l'année, nous en 2025.
Oui. Mais si nous,
2014,
si nous prenons 6 l'année pour finir à l'hôpital comme ça. Et 16 l'année pour finir, c'est 10 l'année. Et nous perdons 7 l'année. Mais d'où, à raison du gouvernement qui était double pour 3 l'année, qui prend leurs 4 l'année pour corriger ça qui est fait.
Mais c'est pas qui tient les autres. Ça, yo ka dou là, c'est pour qu'il nous, puisque tout ça qui calé là, partisan et on n'a pas jamais de bout de travail sur l'hôpital là. Ça qui plus mauvais au fait, c'est deux bouts d'hôpital là pour 3 années. Ça fait rien assez.
Ça mettait tout bagaille. Il mettait tout bagaille derrière par 7 années. Par 7 années. Parce qu'il peut avoir alors 4 années pour corriger tout ça qui était là, tout défaut qui était là. Ça qui est venu plus mauvais parce là, on ferme un building pour 3 années. Qui ça qui a fait? C'est commencement, bien commencé encore. Ça, nous avons fait autant actuellement, c'est deux clips à Guy Joseph, qui était ministre économique développement, en tant dernier gouvernement, qui était en charge pour bâtir l'hôpital là, bâtir building là pour mettre l'hôpital là. Premier clip là, c'est en avril 2017. Et qui a priorité pour continuer à bâtir l'hôpital à côté.
But to sum it all up, we are going to move. Hopefully before the end of this month, we should recommence construction activity, and within a very short space of time, we should have these rooms ready. And the equipment, all of the operating theaters, the equipment is available. We have to give GE the directive to produce some of the equipment that would be required, and they said they need a lead time of a minimum of 3 months to have some of this equipment produced for the hospital. The good thing is about a fair percentage of the money has been paid down on this equipment. So once we give the go-ahead, they would begin the building phase of the equipment, the manufacturing phase of it, and they would be assisting us in getting all of this equipment set up at the hospital and operational. We still have some funding available from some of the resources that were available. Out of the 20 million US loan that was taken from, that was given by the people, the Republic of China on Taiwan, to my knowledge, only about 10 million US has been drawn down. So the other 10 million can be accessed so that we can get some much needed funding to be able to move quickly with the next phase of the work that needs to be done in that area. Thank you very much.
Sultan, 2017, il dit qu'il y a l'argent pour continuer et puis building là.
Anoutan gars encore. Ça, à ce finissement Saint-Jude.
But to sum it all up, we are going to move. Hopefully before the end of this month, we should recommence construction activity, and within a very short space of time, we should have these rooms ready, and the equipment, all of the operating theaters, the equipment is available. We have to give GE the directive to produce some of the equipment that would be required, and they said they need a lead time of a minimum of 3 months to have some of this equipment produced for the hospital. The good thing is about a fair percentage of the money has been paid down on this equipment. So once we give the go-ahead, they would begin the building phase of the equipment, the manufacturing phase of it, and they would be assisting us in getting all of this equipment set up at the hospital and operational. We still have some funding available from some of the resources that were available. Out of the 20 million US loan that was taken from, that was given by the people, the Republic of China on Taiwan, to my knowledge, only about 10 million US has been drawn down. So the other 10 million can be accessed so that we can get some much needed funding to be able to move quickly with the next phase of the work that needs to be done in that area. Thank you very much.
So, Michael.
Excusez-moi.
2017, il a continué puis travailler là.
Oui. Et puis monsieur Nietzsche.
Il a continué puis travailler là et puis a bagay passé derrière tête yo. Et puis il pas continué. Donc pour demander oui, on doit nettement pour 3 l'année.
3 l'année.
Fait nous perdre 17 l'année. Yo fait ça docteur Kenyan Trinity dit c'était en boîte. Boîte vide. Et puis yo pas continué. Et puis jodi a yo ka critiquer gouvernement ça parce yo
top check.
Yo fini l'hôpital là. L'autre vidéo nous ka joué c'est Guy Joseph encore en 2019 2020 avant l'élection.
Oui.
Qu'a dit
ça c'est bon l'année 2020.
Oui. Ça qui a fait ça qui supposé fait si yo pas fini. Écoutez Guy.
This was Guy Joseph at the United Workers' Party's 3rd anniversary rally in Soufrière, June 2019.
Before the end of the next financial year, we will be occupying St. Jude's in the new facility. Ça pas just power. Si nous pas deliver St. Jude, then nous pas supposé un gouvernement. If I spend 5 years in this government and I'm not able to open St. Jude, then I should keep my mouth shut when anybody else speaks about St. Jude.
OK, so c'est mon coûté, yo pas fini, yo tiré yo en gouvernement. Yo tiré en gouvernement, en l'autre gouvernement vini, yo fini building là, bon ka yo a commencé à tuer en building là. So si ou te dit si ou pas fini,
ou pas avoir
un gouvernement. En l'autre gouvernement fini, ou pas vovier.
Exactement.
Ou pas vovier.
En l'autre gouvernement fini.
Fini.
Exactly.
Pas vovier. Ça nous a fait à toi.
Mais le jid, il y a le maintenant jid.
So you can di oh c'est just a building, mais là on finit un building pour mettre à l'hôpital. On prend temps.
Il y a point de temps. Docteur Mondesi qui a dit ça, s'il vous plaît. Tout ces monde en l'hôpital pas on peut vite.
Non.
Ou ka ouvert c'est en l'hôpital ou pas ni on pour faire assurer tout bagay qui a marché bien puisque la vie moun ka risquable.
On pour faire assurer équipement en travail. Faire assurer c'est mon ça servir équipement. Nous pour traîner pour passer pendant
l'électricité tout bagay en ordre.
Fait que là moi check ma faire recherche encore il prend à 6 mois pour une année si l'on gossait l'hôpital là pour que ça ait des commission l'hôpital là
pour faire commencer
Alan Chasse ne même te dit à l'état tu yo te faire dialysis am unit là il te dit il a parlé about OK yo il a point temps pour ouvrir en l'hôpital. En côté Jade qui a dit nous ça qui a fait actuellement à l'hôpital St. Jude à site 9 là.
The St. Jude Hospital was handed over to the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs on Sunday, November 16th. Now, we know that many of you are asking, so what is next for St. Jude? Well, let's go in and find out. Hi, John. Hi. So, what is the first step for St. Jude Hospital to be fully operational? Well, it would be commissioning. And I know you've heard that word floating around. What is commissioning? Commissioning is the transition from Site A, which would be the George Odlum Stadium, to Site B, the new Auger site. The commissioning team was put together in May of 2025, and since then they have been working relentlessly to put the phases together in order for the hospital to transition smoothly. It must be done in a phased approach. That is because there are many departments affiliated to the St. Jude Hospital, as well as clients and patients in need of urgent care. The very first department to transfer over to the new hospital has been the finance department right here in the administrative office. It is important to transfer these departments firstly because you want to have these departments well situated when your patients eventually arrive. They must be fully functional and accessible to patients when they arrive in the hospital in phase 2. So we are at phase 1, and like I said, it has been finance team who did it first. We are now at the physiotherapy unit of the St. Jude Hospital. This brand new unit will be available for usage on the 24th of November. And what's even better is that this unit will be equipped with brand new equipment, and it also has an in-house gym. So as we enter, you will see an empty space, but in the coming days, it will be fully equipped and ready to serve the public. The next step for the St. Jude Hospital is to receive, unpack, and install medical equipment. On Friday, the 14th of November, we received 3 containers of medical equipment. Due to the passage of Hurricane Melissa, there has been a delay in the arrival of some medical equipment. But in the meantime, the physiotherapy unit, the kitchen, the administrative building, as well as the laundry department are all on the way to full commissioning.
Michael.
Bon. Alright, ça nous a fait à présent, ça c'était...
Pas expliquer ça a été dit?
Après, vous m'avez tellement clair.
Ça a été dit, il y a mené là. Petit par petit.
Fait en temps, il y a pris un petit temps. Ça nous a créé en anglais, là, ça nous a créé un process en anglais. Ça veut dire, pas qu'à faire de vap. Il y a pris un petit temps, puis on peut faire assez, particulièrement pour l'hôpital. On peut prendre temps pour faire assurer toute bagaille qui marche bien. Ok, c'est
tout bagaille qui marche bien, ex-staff là, connaître qui manière pour service et marcher.
Exactement. Ok, so c'est ça que j'ai expliqué là.
Après ça, il y a des 3 départements à entrer.
Finance. Oui, il y a l'année qui m'a changé exactement.
Finance,
mais il y a
administration, comme ça.
So, nous avons une petite pause, et quand nous dévier, nous allons continuer, nous allons ouvrir ligne vitement, puisque nous avons l'autre programme pour espérer encore, pas oublier, pour qu'on ait dormi pièce temps, ça. Nous avons une petite pause.
Si nous faisons temps pour nous causer, coller, serrer, nous et cadencer. Si nous faisons temps pour nous expliquer.
Remember the UW's deals? They sold the government mall for $30 million, then rented it back for $56 million. Let that sink in. That's the leadership. That's looting. Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party ended the corruption circus. We cleaned up contracts, invested in people, passed laws to prosecute thieves in suits. Vote for clean hands and a strong future. On December 1st, vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Another sunrise over St. Lucia, another chance to keep building together. When Labour took office in July 2021, our nation was hurting. Families were struggling, businesses were uncertain, and hope felt distant. But we made a promise to restore stability, rebuild confidence, and put our people first. 4 years later, that promise has been kept. Our economy is stronger. Our people are working again, and we are setting out the path for future opportunity. Today, more St. Lucians are going to work than ever before. Those earning the least now keep more of what they earn. And for 3 straight years, The government has run positive budgets, keeping our country growing, our finances stable, and proving that responsible leadership delivers. Vote for stability. Vote for leadership. Vote for prosperity. Vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Under the UWP, horses better home than our human patients. St. Jude Hospital sat unfinished for years while Chasney poured millions into a racetrack. The St. Lucia Labour Party fixed that. St. Jude is now complete. Universal healthcare is finally reality. Don't gamble your health on Chasney and the UWP. On December 1st, vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party. Remember when Alan Chasney's UWP crashed our economy? National debt soared, jobs vanished, businesses collapsed. They borrowed and wasted hundreds of millions and left St. Lucia broke.
We have no more money.
But in 2021, we said enough. Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party turned things around. Debt is down. Unemployment is at record lows. And for the first time ever, workers have a decent minimum wage. Don't let the United Workers' Party wreck it again. Keep St. Lucia working. On December 1st, vote the St. Lucia Labour Party.
You're watching MBC.
Si nous t'es content pour nous t'es causé, collé, serré, nous t'es écalancé. Si nous t'es content pour nous expliquer, collé, serré, collé, serré.
Oh, yes, merci pour rester puis nous ou ici à ce programme à nous causer avec moi ça ou qu'a trouver une information qui moi crois qui kay window faire un choix 1er décembre, ça c'est lundi en 8 lundi prochain, pas lundi demain, l'autre lundi c'est jour pour faire décision. C'est moi de vite avant oublier Jean Babono Balata Kabish, Foin sort. Enfin, tout petit coin Babono, demain, il y a un grand meeting. Les mois de grand meeting, big meeting. Ça c'est bon constituency office en Balata. Beaucoup Angus là, il y a un grand meeting demain. Commencez à citer. Au pan pour matcher ça, il y a belle, il y a chaud. All right?
Oui.
All right. OK. Bon, même en parlant du spectacle, il y a une activité à part président étoile la tenue dimanche passé après yo vers l'hôpital là, c'était un spectacle et bien un concert à Demongadi religieuse. Vous comprenez que Jean religieuse c'est qui a performé, Massafsi était là qui a chanté pas Jean religieuse.
Ça voulait dire pas religieuse.
Non, pas ça. Après dis-moi au monde qu'on va chanter.
Pas témoin, mais Maté là. Il était l'hôpital là.
Tu chantes compas.
Non, compas oui. Compas gospel.
Gospel. All right, okay. So ça nous a fait nous regarder station Choice, station télévision Choice. Faire un petit rapport ben nous à ce manière passé à nous regarder.
It's not every day that a candidate gets on stage and starts belting out a worship song. But during the St. Lucia Labour Party's National Gospel Concert on 16th November, candidate Chandali Harrickson for one evening looked more like a pop star than a politician. The concert, held at Viewford Recreation Park, acted as an after-party of sorts for the handover ceremony for the St. Jude Hospital in Viewford, a long-awaited occasion for the party 2 weeks before Election Day.
And I will open up, say feel me.
A night when St. Lucia lifts her voice, not in politics first, but in thanksgiving to the Almighty God. Tonight, I greet you in the spirit of unity. In the spirit of hope and in the spirit of a people who believe that God still works in the affairs of men and nations. Romans 13:1 teaches us that all authority comes from God.
Everything to me, Jesus, everything. Cause you're my peace. You're my peace. Cause I go crazy without him, y'all. Cause he's everything to me.
Gospel musicians and singers took the stage, leading the crowd in songs of praise and thanksgiving. Beside the traditional political speeches, candidates also took part through song, scriptures, preaching, and prayer. Honorable Jeremiah Norbert took to the pulpit to pray for political leader and Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre.
So that just like Moses, how Moses dealt with the Israelites and he led them out of the wilderness, oh God, that this Prime Minister too can lead us. He can lead this cabinet and the people of St. Lucia into a future of hope, into a future of prosperity, oh God. Father, we just thank you, we glorify you, we honor you, and we give you thanks. And let the people of God say, and amen, and amen, and amen.
My life is not my own. It all belongs to you. And after all, you tell the least that I can do.
While other countries choose to keep religion and politics as separate as possible, Sunday's concert demonstrated that Christianity is, in fact, still deeply woven into all aspects of St. Lucian society. This night of praise and worship is highly unusual in a political season. However, it fits into a larger pattern of changes in the paradigm of political campaigning seen this year, where big rallies precede small community meetings, defections from one party to another have been normalized, and sitting MPs were sidelined for new candidates.
My name is Emran Henry from the beautiful island of St. Lucia. One for them. Somebody say 5 more years for the general.
The power of righteousness and the love of the Almighty, we will see it through, because right is on our side. All what we do it for you, the people. All our policies are aimed at improving your life. And as they always say, God doesn't like badness.
For Choice News Now, I am Shine Savory.
Oui, Michael.
Bon.
No, I don't see candidat. I don't see candidat de participer. Et puis Chanda te chanté.
Oui. Il a fait moins changer tant Damien Blues.
Oh oui.
Il a chanté. C'est le côté nous à savoir. Partisan étoile là, Damien Blues. Tu as participé à l'équipe Moussa.
Moussa. Alva a chanté tout.
Alva a chanté karaoke. Oui. C'est mon talent. Moi j'ai chanté calypso.
L'autre clip à ce concert là, concert nous avons joué à Chalma avant nous pas ouvert ligne là.
The St. Lucia Labour Party brought energy and spirit to the Viewfort Recreation Park on Sunday, November 16th, with a national gospel concert celebrating the long-awaited completion of the St. Jude Hospital. The night filled the venue with praise, worship, and gratitude, led by some of the island's most powerful gospel voices, all rallying behind the current administration.
You know why we've given him 5 more years? Because I remember when we didn't have no gospel music in St. Lucia, no gospel concert. But when the 6th general come into power, watch this, we get Kingdom Night. You hear me? Listen to me. This is the reason why Emran Henry is voted for the SLP. Run the track now. When we in that place now, don't worry about me.
The stage lit up as performers delivered songs full of passion. Emran Henry even lifted the crowd with a bold declaration of support for Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, singing that he would follow the leader anywhere.
I don't care. Philip J. Pierre, who don't like you, don't like you. We will see, Papa. Only put your hand up in the air. 1, 2, 3. Anywhere you go, I will follow you.
night grew even more vibrant when Dr. Chandali Haraksingh stepped forward, adding her voice to the evening's rhythm, as the mood was definitely red.
This is Shanda, and she's not going under. Tell Michael Shasney, ain't no way he gonna take that place. Cause labor is ready, and the mood is red. Shanda, you ready to sing?
Prime Minister Pierre attended the celebration and spoke with pride, saying the St. Lucia Labour Party stands for love, not hatred or division. He argued that the United Workers' Party continues to mislead the public and reminded the audience that the St. Jude Hospital will serve every citizen, no matter their political choice.
When you go to St. Jude, nobody asks you whether you are UWP or Labour. They treat you with the same dignity and respect. But the United Workers' Party, because of politics, because of the fact that they are not in government, they are trying their best. And even when they see that the building is complete, they still try to mislead you. Even when they see it for themselves, because of the hatred for you the people, because of the fact that they believe that they must burn the house to kill a rat, even when they see it, they want you to disbelieve.
By the end of the night, the message was clear that this administration believes faith fuels service, and they insist brighter days lie ahead for the St. Lucia Labour Party and the country as a whole.
There is a brighter future with the St. Lucia Labour Party. The wait for the St. Jude Hospital is over. Hope is contagious. When individuals believe better days are possible, they are inspired to act. My brothers, sisters, better days are coming with the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Shane Stephen, MBC Prime.
Oui. So, toute manière, bagay ou ka ouais, bagay m'a le servi mot enragé mais le moi quand ouais ça yo écrit à ce plus bonheur les dit l'église catholique les partisans étoile là contre l'esprit l'église et ça quand really fait moi fâché puisque ça pas vrai il a menti trop c'est ce qu'il dit hein il change il dit the truth is what you believe it to be. C'est moi qui vite man. Trisha, Pascal, bonsoir. Myself, si vous avez dormi. Jennifer, John, Ruby Peters, Al Henry, C. James, qui laisse encore vite man. Jukes, Brooks, hello. Al Henry, Stanislas, Masso, Westé, Duet, c'est l'année Leonita, Paul, bonsoir pour Cécile Peters, CJ, Al Henry, enfin, tout, Victoria Black. Stanislas Masso, bonsoir, c'est Jean Facebook là, ma ça si on est pièce l'autre encore mais moi quoi ça c'est les moi attend téléphone à sonner. L'attend téléphone à sonner. Limoa c'est 45339 union. Isam yon moun japa ouais pour prier nous. 45339 union bonsoir, à nous causer.
Echo.
Allô, bonsoir, à nous causer.
Nous perdons parce que nous avons écouté.
C'est mon depuis moi répondre mais c'est à nous parler. Comment c'est parler? Même si vous pouvez tellement répondre ben pas de pourtant. Bonsoir, à nous causer.
Télévision et bien radio.
Allô, bonsoir. Ça calme là. Bonsoir, à nous causer. Allô, 45339 union qui limo nous capons après 2 23 appels. Téléphone, c'est nous ni temps. Changez-moi de l'année à l'autre programme, moi ça, à l'autre monde qui a espéré, moi là, il a presque mis moi dehors. Bonsoir, à nous causer. Allô?
C'est mon cas écouter
télévision. Aïe. Yeah, ça va être. Non, master, ma vle sa non plus. Dis-moi ça ou quand
Jackson.
Oh, Jackson, ça ou dia, chante pas moi.
Ah, chante ça. Mon bonsoir, pour les monsieur Humphrey, bonsoir.
D'accord.
Bonsoir, merci.
C'est pour ça que les gars qui m'aiment, chaque phénomène. Il y a tout qui vient à nous.
Oui. Mais donne ça, Jaco, c'est l'habitude, yo. Merci, oui.
C'est pour ça que tu peux chanter, il va aller, il va couper la gueule, il va couper pas toi.
Merci, oui. Rien, yo fait là, merci, oui.
C'est pour ça que comme si c'est mouton.
Alright. So, qui m'a dit à Moudla est bon?
Et là, on va acheter pour moi, on va acheter pour moi bien.
Ça veut dire dit.
On va passer pour qu'il on va nous courir loin.
Ngai check pour garçon. Après la victoire. Oden? Oui, mais si moi un homme pour amasser, on avait oui, balata, si moi un homme on avait amasser, si moi un homme. Oui. OK. All right. OK. All right, Jaco. No, OK, pas de problème. All right.
Mr. Humphrey, good night.
Good night, Jackson. Have a good night.
All right. OK.
L'autre appel?
L'autre Jaco, comment?
Oui, vous connaissez Jaco, l'autre Jackson. Oui.
Je
te voir.
Jaco, bah, un petit meeting. Hein? Oui. Bonsoir, à nous causer. Allô?
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir, comment vous êtes?
Bonsoir.
Yes, bonsoir, comment vous êtes?
Ok, bonsoir, deux bons hommes qui là. Ça m'a voulu dire ça. Chasni dit, pour être, il a été en power, il peut être combien d'argent? En finissement, il dit, the country is broke, we have no more money. Guy même dit, si vous passez à finir l'hôpital là, il va supposer un gouvernement. Moi, je dit, pour 5 ans, ça, SLP en power. C'est pour ça que tu supposé l'argent. Je t'ai supposé l'argent, c'est pour ça que tu supposé courir l'élection encore, en pays cette ici. Moi, je là, c'est pour ça. C'est pour ça, moi, là, c'est pour ça. Parce que comment il y a cette liste là, d'autres cette liste qui est hypocrite. Car si vous êtes pour ça toujours. Après, malgré yo te là, ouais, ça c'est pour ça après. J'ai mon qui te travaille par yo, qui courir l'élection par yo actuellement. Ça a pu courir comment on là. Against Prime Minister, Monsieur Neil Adkadi about combien guns country. Vous quittez contrôleur of customs, Kachasne. Qui bon qui savent comment guns country là?
Right.
Qui bon qui savent comment guns country? Actuellement, vous voulez mettre chien, vous voulez mettre toute balle. C'est pour ça que supposé à l'argent, mon qui doit ça. Et bon Dieu pas quitter maman elle souffert. C'est pour ça. Merci.
OK, merci un peu. Oui, ça il dit à vous.
Oui, c'est même là, pour te dire du bonheur. Ouais, ça a été fait. Et puis, je me dis qu'en 5 années qui passent, 4 années, est-ce qu'il va faire un différent débat?
OK, là,
on change d'idée.
Oui. Un téléphone. Bonsoir, à nous poser. Allô? Bonsoir. Good night.
Bonsoir.
Nous avons goûté. Oui, donc, parlez, nous avons goûté.
Ça m'a voulu dire, moi, wish Prime Minister good luck pour mon Dieu depuis sa élection. Because he deservedly, he has travaillé avec Jean-Seth Lucier. C'est comme on est grateful là, moi, mon Dieu, qu'il bénit tout, mais moi, wish Prime Minister good luck. C'est ça qui est grateful là, c'est because you have just love pour payer yo pas payer yo. Et pas mal yo savent Prime Minister a fait bon bail payer, mais you just move it and chair yo. Et qui va passer, et qui va UWP, qui a joué moun, qui a expliqué moun, à cause de parler non mettre, il va ça pour you to vote. Mais moi, wish Prime Minister good luck. Bonsoir, no vote.
All right. Merci un peu. Nous apprécions ça. All right. Les mots, c'est 45339 Yon. Comme on dit, nous avons l'autre programme qui a venu tout à l'heure après nous. Nous ne pouvons pas quitter dormir sur la pièce.
Red Sunday qui a continué.
Red Sunday qui a continué. Nous avons un appel encore.
Oui.
Il y a un dernier appel. Nous allons regarder qui est cahier. Allô, bonsoir. Allô. Allô. Allô.
Allô.
Yes, bonsoir.
Oui, bonsoir, ça parle.
Allô.
Allô, bonsoir, parlez-moi non.
Ouais, ma cam de temps, ça va la mettre à sous speaker.
On parle supposé de ça, non?
Ah non,
comment tu dis ça?
Oui, bonsoir. Pas écouter télévision. Juste parler.
Ok, ça parle à présent?
Oui, parlez, Annick parler.
Bon, bonsoir. Comment tu dis ça? Ça fait, moi, maintenant, causer ça, donc à causer l'enfer. Ça fait beaucoup de carré parce que moi, pas ni l'idée. Allô?
Oui, continuez. Baissez volume télévision et puis parlez.
Oui. Ok. Nous allons parler à présent. Nous allons parler à présent.
Ok, continuez à parler.
C'est mon
yo vle tan ko yo sur télévision
Annick parler ça Annick cause un chat problème
ou pas ni pour écouter télévision.
OK, dernier appel là. On regarde qui laisse. Hi, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Bon, Annick parler.
On parle bien nous parler hein.
Oui.
Je suis ici. Bonsoir. Je suis ici. Nous avons venu à ce dernier semaine. Le parti a travaillé, oui. Premièrement, on veut dire, le parti a mené gouvernance, c'est ici. À la première manière, ici posé, à la toute noire. Gouvernement, le parti a fait tout ça qui est nécessaire pour bailler vous. En première manière, pour comprendre le gouvernance et pour lier un bon satisfaction en gouvernance. Et ça qui passe comprendre, ça qui passe ni, qui c'est supposé joindre, ça qui est supposé, toute bagaille, moi-même. Pour nous, ça, pas parti à l'autre chance pour finir le travail là. Il n'y a pas de problème toujours ni à cette ici. Moi, je pense que la mission a dit, les partis de bas fait un chai travail qui est. Les nous supposés continuer. Il faut faire pas ça primaire, et faire vous rester en majorité et puis faire nous continuer à vivre à dans ici, côté qui c'est notre sort qui est bon pour nous tous. Là, les gens qui ont des chances, et puis ils ont voté, donc là. Chasselet, c'est à mi-chance. Chasselet, pas même comprendre qui gagnait. Dernier fois, il gouvernement spécial, il pas même comprendre qui ça a été. Pas même comprendre ça, il n'y peut pas. Pour ça, il ouvre. Ça nous a fait actuellement, en Guinée, ces jours, tout le bagage est débat fait. Je crois que c'est ça qui a mené nous devant. Il va mentir, il va faire moins chance pour faire garder dans notre manière pour dire qu'il va faire. Pas conscience ça sur cette ici.
OK.
On a bon pas ça mais nous qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Nous pas dire les partis, moi même les partis, moi va dire les partis. Nous sommes fait ici, ça mène cette ici je crois. Parce que les gens qui demandent nous, c'est critique à agir et puis parti Liba. Malien nous a comporté comme nous, les nous parmi partisans Liba. Les nous qui regardent, les gens qui attendent le monde, qui sont qui ça qui passe beau, ça qui Liba, ça qui pas Liba. Qui dit, ils ont contesté, et puis ça, ils pas parti à la paix. On nous prend ça.
D'accord, moi d'accord. Donc c'est
yo bagay nous proposer paix. Et puis dit je vais protecter un budget actuellement.
That's right.
Ça là nous pour voter à 1er décembre.
OK, thank you very much. Merci un peu.
Vous voulez prendre bagay?
Non, moi regarde merci un peu. Moi quoi nous.
C'est moi fini donner pour parole ça.
OK.
Ça nous pour faire une élection ça là. C'est protecter cette ici, bah, ici aujourd'hui, et bien, faut, bah, les partir pour protecter nous toutes à nous. Bravo, pas, bon, bravo, pas en ITSS, nous mais c'est ce qui doit.
Ok.
D'accord. Parti Gali, nous-mêmes qui débat, on nous semblait tout débat, semblait tout le monde qui partit, pour le vote, on a voté en première édition. Pour mener et protecter cette piscine. Bonne soirée.
Merci un peu. Et puis, nous cassons tout ça qui est bon. Avant nous avons fini, nous avons bout programme, mais quand ça, monsieur a dit là, nous avons souhaité tout le monde une bonne semaine. Oui. Et ça, c'est la dernière semaine avant l'élection. Nous avons demandé tout le monde souple, catcher bien, et faire un bon l'idée, bon catcher. Pour bon choix pour mettre partisan étoile la vie, oui.
Et ça m'a dit, ajouter à tout ça, c'est que, excusez-moi, partisan étoile là, partisan gouvernement partisan étoile là, pour 4 années et demie, tu mettais pays avant, et tu mettais en premier. Actuellement, pourtant pour l'élection, pays ni pour mettre pays devant, nous mettons premier, et pour faire ça, nous allons voter pour parti qui te mettez premier, parti étoile là, parti Labour Party. Merci en pile pour écouter nos soirs. Donc ici à dimanche prochain, si Dieu veut, dernier dimanche là avant l'élection.
Right. Pas trouver pièce désagrément. Oui. Puisque nous voulons tout le monde en bon conditions, bon manière, bon chill, tout le bagay avant pour ça, il vote, mettez quoi, bon étoile là.
Mais chez avant, vous mettez musique programme là. The mood is red.
The mood is red. Ou dit donc là, mon a dit Yves Letan, the mood is red. Oui. Ok, nous avons vu. Mais cette liste, pas oublier. Nous, même si nous sommes partis, l'année l'autre programme, nous Red Sunday, dimanche rouge, ça va continuer. Et puis, Calix George, et puis, c'est guest là. Tout à l'heure.
Everybody ready in the air. Let me see them ready in the air. Red, 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 red. Everybody sing it out, the moon is red. All of this labor in my head. I cannot wait to jump on my bed. To go and vote like a bus I beg, cause the moon is red. The moon is red. All of this labor in my head. Shall we united? You see what I did there? Go! We ready. We're honest, we're butcher. We ready. We're Emma, we're Shonda. We ready. Show me a Stefan and Lisa. We ready. Kieran Kifo Moses over. The mood is red. All I have is labor in my head. I cannot wait to jump on my bed. To go and vote like a bus I beg. Cause the mood is red. The mood is red. All I have is labor in my head. I cannot wait to jump on my bed. To go and vote like a bus I beg. Cause the mood is red. Everybody know. Red up all in the air. Red up all in the air. I tell you red up all in the air. Red up all in the air. I tell you red up all in the air. Red up all in the air. I tell you red up all in the air. Red up all in the air. Boy.
Si nous t'es content pour nous t'es causé. Coller, serrer, nous t'es écalancé. Si nous t'es content pour nous expliquer. Coller, serrer. Coller, serrer.
Is your reality feeling altered? Do you find yourself seeing the world through a strange, yellowed lens? Are you experiencing the disorienting symptoms of the dreaded yellow eye fever? It's a condition characterized by a loss of focus on the future, a general feeling of instability, and the unfortunate delusion that old problems can solve new ones. This fever, this affliction, has been linked to the ideology of the United Workers' Party. But there is hope. A proven course of treatment is available, introducing the only known cure for this particular strain of political malaise: a strategic dose of PJP. PJP is a powerful political remedy, formulated by the leadership of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Warning: PJP is potent. Side effects are overwhelmingly positive and include a healthy infusion of real economic development, the spontaneous arrival of a communal mood being read, and in rare yet frequent cases, an epidemic of random acts of love throughout the nation. Don't suffer through the symptoms of yellow eye fever any longer. For a clear-sighted reality and a healthy nation, the only prescription is a vote for PJP.
Another
Remember when Alan Shastney's UWP crashed our economy? National debt soared, jobs vanished, businesses collapsed. They borrowed and wasted hundreds of millions and left St. Lucia broke.
We have no more money.
But in 2021 we said enough. Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party turned things around. Debt is down, unemployment is at record lows, and for the first time ever, workers have a decent minimum wage. Don't let the United Workers' Party wreck it again. Keep St. Lucia working. On December 1st, vote the St. Lucia Labour Party. Under the UWP, horses had a better home than our human patients. St. Jude Hospital sat unfinished for years while Shastney poured millions into a racetrack. The St. Lucia Labour Party fixed that. St. Jude is now complete. Universal healthcare is finally a reality. Don't gamble your health on Shastney and the UWP. On December 1st, vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party. Remember when Alan Shastney's UWP crashed our economy? National debt soared, jobs vanished, businesses collapsed. They borrowed and wasted hundreds of millions and left St. Lucia broke.
We have no more money.
But in 2021, we said enough. Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party turned things around. Debt is down. Unemployment is at record lows. And for the first time ever, workers have a decent minimum wage. Don't let the United Workers' Party wreck it again. Keep St. Lucia working. On December 1st, vote the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Economic development and the youth economy. And I'm Philip J. Pierre, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Economic Development and the Youth Economy, and Minister for Justice and National Security. I am proud to say we have delivered to our young people. Previously, talented young St. Lucians struggled with few opportunities and limited support. Today, through the youth economy, grants and mentorship, over 1,000 young entrepreneurs have launched and upscaled businesses, creating jobs and driving innovation. Real investment in our youth, real opportunities created, less progress you can see.
There are many things that we need in our constituency. For way too long, we have not had what we have deserved. It's been 9 years where we have not been getting the representation that we have deserved. Miku South, it is time. It is time for us to take back what we deserve. It is time for us to take back our constituency. For way too long, we have sat back and we have allowed ourselves to be maligned. It is time that we stand up and say enough is enough. There are many things that we need in our constituency. There is a lot of unemployment. We need to make changes to that. Our feeder roads are a problem. We need to get those done. We need more opportunities for our youth. Our youth is the backbone of society. We need programs for our children, activities for our children to take part in. There are many, many, many things, many changes that need doing. Let us take back what we deserve, our constituency, and make it ours once again.
You're watching MBC.
And welcome back to our Sunday Red special right here on MBC. Of course, I'm the host for tonight's program, Calix George Jr. And we had a very good start earlier on speaking about St. Jude Hospital. We took a deep dive into that from the technical perspectives. And you got the words of Engineer John Peters, who was on the Technical Review Committee. You heard, of course, from Dr. Keith Mondesi, who was a Minister of Health under the United Workers' Party government when that whole St. Jude Hospital crisis came on stream, and of course how happy he is to see the final product today. And of course we also spoke with Ms. Catherine Seelys, who was originally from View Fort, who gave that kind of perspective of what the people felt like. Of course, we're switching gears a little bit here tonight. And of course, you can see with me tonight, Mr. Darrell Montrop. Of course, he is substantively the St. Lucia's Consul General in Miami, and of course, formerly the Cabinet Secretary in the government of St. Lucia. So very, very pleased that Darrell can be with us here tonight to do some dissecting, of course, of what is happening on the other side, which is the release of some sort of a cut and paste, découché, again, fluff and bluff type promises that is going on down in Lacaille Dennery as we speak. But we're on a Sunday, and the reason why we're on right now indoors is because both political parties gave the undertaking to His Grace the Archbishop that they would in fact have a cessation of political activities, rallies, going out and about, that sort of thing for this day, because it is a significant end of the liturgical calendar for Catholics as they head into a new period of Advent and Christmas, and they were ending their Jubilee year on the Feast of Christ the King, which is today. And he asked, of course, that both parties would allow for some space so that individuals would be able to actually participate in a rally and services for today. Now, of course, we did see on the side of the St. Lucia Labour Party a respect of that wish. But unfortunately, in the case of the United Workers' Party, they clearly went straight ahead, not just to have any small meetings, but to in fact have a massive, or at least what for them, I suppose you could say, should be considered a large rally, because obviously they have not been able to get to the levels of the events that the St. Lucia Labour Party has been putting on. But they did decide to put on an event, which was their manifesto launch. Obviously, a very significant event for any party. I believe we do have a clip where the Archbishop is in fact asked about this entire matter, and of course we can take that in at this time.
Before the signing, the Roman Catholic Feast of Christ the King will be held on the 23rd of November, which serves as the conclusion of the liturgical year of feast days. As the election season reaches its climax, Archbishop Gabriel Malzer has made the request of the political parties to respect the holy day and pause campaigns on Sunday, 8 days before the general election.
We had written to both the heads of both parties to suspend campaigns on the 23rd of November, because we have the celebration of Christ the King. We have the celebration of the Jubilee of the Faithful, which is at the celebration of Christ the King. So both of them, of the leaders, agreed. So that is the reason why we asked them to keep away from campaigns for.
While the Archbishop states that both political leaders had agreed to the one-day break, the United Workers' Party will be launching its manifesto through a rally on Sunday 23rd in Lakai Dennery.
I heard something of that sort, but I mean, it was certainly agreed that they were not going to have any activity on the Sunday. So I don't know why there is such.
For Choice News Now, I am Shine Savory.
So there you have it, and our guess is as good as why the United Workers' Party continues, of course, to have a certain level of disregard with respect to church wishes and the sentiments, of course. In fact, we did see what happened under an Alan Chastney regime and another Archbishop, Robert Rivas, when he in fact had to issue an apology to the Prime Minister at the time. So, but anyways, we know that again, this is not too surprising. But what is, of course, very much consistent with how they operate is that they then sent out a piece where they were castigating the St. Lucia Labour Party for the fact of them having a rally on this time. And so very, very strange logic. It never makes any sense. It's your guess is as good as mine, Darrell, as to why they would try to argue that. But of course, they had to say something. And instead of coming out and apologizing or saying, well, we didn't set the timeline, so therefore we pressed for time or something like that, they chose deliberately to have not just any event, but the most significant event of any party on the same day that the church requested them not to go out.
But should we be surprised that, given the character that we're dealing with?
No, but quite frankly, it's very consistent with it. But then, quite often you see certain people pandering and trying to be benefactors and trying to curry favor amongst religion. And of course, we've seen that especially with Mr. Guy Joseph, who quite often weaponizes religion, comes out and attacks individuals, especially the St. Lucia Labour Party, talking about devil worship and witches. And we've heard the worst possible things coming out of the utterances of Guy Joseph when it comes to religion. But every single time, he will have, on Good Friday, a holy day of obligation, he'll have his entire bloco up at Forestier on the playing field.
With some of these people, what they say, every accusation is a confession, so they perhaps more confessing their own behavior, projecting onto the Labour Party their own misgivings, their own sins and errors. Because, let's put it this way, the political leader of the UWP has been known to betray National Trust. He has done that with the National Trust by dishonoring or disregarding a legal agreement he had with them. And so similarly, he's given his word to the church, to the Catholic Church, the largest religious denomination sector in this group, and true to his personality, he has betrayed it.
Right. But this is a man who, not too, one election cycle ago or two, was dressed in a white robe with children holding candles and almost creating what seemed to be some sort of sacramental liturgical scene.
Yes.
You know, this is the same gentleman who is now today going out and making gang signs and 6 and 7 and playing Trinidad and embracing and saying that gangs are good for society.
Well, if permit bluntness, he is an inauthentic person, plain and simple. So he will say and do anything at any moment, and why he cannot be trusted, why his decisions have been as poor as they've been. And you could see that in almost every realm, every sector that you choose to put under the spotlight, put him under the spotlight. You will see that as a throughput. Whether it is his word, as you, I mean, to now say, blame single mothers for deviant children, and now to
threatening to take those children away from those mothers.
From those mothers, and now to want to big up or recognize gangs as being good. I mean, this man is capable of saying anything, and the reason why he ought not to be trusted and or given anywhere near the responsibility of the reins of this country.
I mean, what you're witnessing now, I mean, some people may have said that, well, maybe he misspoke. We've heard this before. Maybe he misspoke about saying gangs are good. Maybe he didn't explain himself properly. He himself is trying to say that he's a changed man and that somehow he was misunderstood and misinterpreted. But he then comes again to bring down, apparently paying, close to $50,000 to bring down an individual who is a UNC local councillor, in fact, in Trinidad, Mr. Macamillion, Mr. Ali Bacchus, and of course to do a whole video seemingly to celebrate this kind of lifestyle and this kind of behavior.
The contradictions in this man is never ending. Because it's the same person who would have wanted to say about our creatives, our local artists.
Right.
And here you are bringing down, I mean, it's not to decry Caribbean nationals moving around and everything else. But when you are going to say we want to create platforms for our artists, to bring down those in that very context where we have so much of our local artists producing songs, and to bring them down within that context, pay that kind of money, again, it exposes his own vacuity, his own inauthenticity. And that's it.
And the big question mark over this infiltration of the quote-unquote yellow is the code. Is that code word for alignment based on the Lima Group and what we've seen in the past in terms of, are we witnessing, as we've witnessed already, a Trump 2.0? Are we witnessing the desire to have a tropical Trump 2.0?
Well, but I don't... maybe what they say past his prologue. So certainly his indication, his previous behavior is an indication of what he will do, and it certainly has not been good. So his record in almost any realm has not been good, and those things does not portend well, not when we look at what's happening outside of there.
And with a Kamala Prasad-Bissessar going the way she has right now, effectively becoming a sort of a pariah amongst the CARICOM leaders at this point, disregarding the pleas of maintaining the Caribbean as a zone of peace. Do you therefore believe he will be rather complicit in going down that very same line?
I think he'll follow her line. I mean, he's past his prologue.
If, of course, never. But
I don't expect it. I mean, I trust that St. Lucians are sensible enough and that they will do the honorable thing and protect their own interests. But we see from his trajectory what that will portend. And that certainly must not be a path that we go down on. Must not. We mustn't, as this lady said, never. This must never be allowed to happen.
And as we're speaking of that, of course, they have now come forward with their manifesto, which we may obviously will not get into going to all the details of it, but certainly we got some sense of what they've already promised. I mean, the most attractive propositions, if you like, Some people have called it Sink Our St. Lucia. 7, reducing fuel prices, tuition to Southwest Community College, removal of the health and safety levy, $75,000 health coverage. I believe they also promised a pension for banana farmers. I believe removal of the dredging fee. For persons living in the South, as well as reinstating the K9 unit. I want to go through some of these promises that are being put forward by the United Workers' Party, because, again, it smells découché, and it smells of just simply promising what has already kind of been done in many instances already.
I mean, it is découché. It is still food. I don't know if it's. Some people might say découché sometimes better, but certainly this is still, and certainly also unreal and dishonest. And I mean, and you're going to have to see them in the holistic, not just as individual one-offs and each one that persons might be happy to, but to see how they function as a whole. Because policy must have some coherence.
But why would anybody at this point believe the United Workers' Party, especially the United Workers' Party under Alan Chastney, when it comes to gas prices? I mean, when you consider that this was an individual who led a march over a fictional gas tax, which he claimed of $6.80. He claimed he went out there, had 2 marches, I believe, orange marches, only to come back at the 11th hour in his term of office to, in fact, admit that there never was any hidden tax on gas, and that he was actually wrong.
Yes,
and he did so. And then on top of that, when he came into office, he claimed he had something on his desk, which was going to be signed. I don't know if you, Daryl, took the thing away from the desk because obviously whatever he signed caused the gas prices to go up and not go down.
Not go down. But again, that's so typical of this man.
And then he raised it. That is the
point. Then.
He raised it again.
That is the point.
And then claimed that he was creating a lockbox for road infrastructure. Up to this day, the lockbox cannot be found. The keys, nothing about the lockbox can be found.
I mean, the danger of this, exactly. I mean, any thinking person would not trust him. He can't trust himself because he will say one thing this moment and the next thing the next moment. I mean, I haven't revealed.
And I noticed this time they've been very gray about it. It just says reducing fuel prices. So you don't know whether it's by 1 cent, 5 cents, anything.
But then that becomes so superficial. Because then for how long will you keep it at that reduced price? Will it always remain so low? I mean, this is a little ridiculous and playing with people's emotions and stuff, playing on what they think is the ignorance of people. I mean, looking at, there's not even consideration of the fact of the cross-subsidization of fuel. Because if they have, even before I go to the cross-subsidization, let's go back to the fact of that 680, hidden 680. Even before he admitted at the end of his term that 680 was erroneous, a lie, fictitious, whatever word we want to call it. Prior to doing it, he increased the excise tax by 150. So if he thought that 680 was already there and unfair and too high, yet he increased.
And he did nothing about it.
And he did nothing about it. You increased it by 150. So that to tell you his own mindset and his dissolute. What is it?
But let's just be frank about the 680. It was a lie.
It was a lie. And that's the point. But that's typical of him. He does not know. He always alienates himself from the truth. There is nothing I could ever trust hearing from him. I mean, a broken clock might be correct twice a day. So he might, on occasion, happen to say something that's truthful.
Right.
But in the majority of instances, whatever he says is untrue. Unbelievable.
Then, of course, we have the matter of free tuition for South Louis Community College. This one, of course, I mean, in my opinion, is a noble pursuit in principle. The desire that you want to see more persons enter post-secondary education. In fact, the current education bill, which is out for consultation, in fact, mandates that on both ends of the age spectrum, we want to push down to 3 years old to take in persons in terms of universal early childhood, and then they want to push up to the age of 18. So in other words, from 3 to 18 would be compulsory. And that obviously would mean that the state would then have to have an obligation towards ensuring that people have access to post-secondary education, i.e. Sir Arthur Lewis or sixth form at Beaufort Compre. But the need now, of course, is this is a man who said effectively that Sir Arthur should not even be so sure that Sir Arthur should be getting the money that he's getting. But it's almost as if it was a privilege to also give Sir Arthur the money.
But he also suggested that the curriculum, whichever word you want to use,
Right.
whichever pronunciation, the curriculum, should be confined to about 4 subjects. So I'm not certain when he's even speaking of the universality of tuition at Sir Arthur, whether he's speaking to all of the current courses offered at Sir Arthur,
right,
or if he, in his own conception, if he could get it restricted to just the 4 areas, because this man speaks with forked tongues. So you have to be able to dissect and be clear what exactly he's saying or what it is that we're agreeing to. Certainly, like you, the idea of universal tertiary education is noble and we shouldn't decry that.
Right.
But coming from him,
right. And then this again, during his term, during Sir Arthur with Sir Arthur Lewis, I think even education, they stopped taking in individuals in that program.
Correct.
We saw the situation where the health nursing department got displaced somewhere.
Yes.
And then you compare that right now with what is happening. You've actually seen an increase in the subvention to Sir Arthur Lewis Community College under this current administration of Philip J. Pierre. We've also seen provisions being made for almost free tuition for nursing.
Right.
To pursue nursing.
You already see that happening about the free tuition for the nursing program. But even to get to Sir Arthur, students must still get through the CXCs.
That's an excellent point. And now you're seeing the opportunity being created now. You up to 4 CXCs right now.
Yes.
Education. And this was a major impediment for a lot of parents who could not afford.
Right. And so that's why when I look at even the opening, the message from the political leader in his manifesto, talking about, because to my mind, I say Alan must be living, and excuse my language, in a dystopian world. I'm not certain what St. Lucia is living in to think that people have to be giving up what he says, education for food. He doesn't realize that what the government has done by removing school fees or paying school fees for parents or even the payment of CXC is to move that difficulty for them.
And I think if you actually take all those support systems together under this administration, from coming in at Form 1, where you're getting $500, you're getting a laptop, you're getting facilities paid for the entire 5 years, you're getting CXC paid at the end. I think it was working out to be somewhere around $2,500 worth of savings to a parent or a single mother.
A single mother.
And that is actually very, very significant.
That is significant.
Now, it's interesting enough as well. I noted a nomination day. There were a number of school children who were out, whether by their own volition or not. But and you see that quite often. But the response was quite overwhelming in terms of who they were supporting. I'm getting a sense that the school children themselves are clear in their minds if they had an opportunity to vote, who they would be voting for.
As a young fella said, he might not be able to vote, but he could support. The children could see the vibes, they could see the energy. Children might not always be able to understand all the vocabulary, but they could certainly see non-body language. They could interpret energy. They could see where the mood is. They know, and from their own households, for that matter, they would know the relief that their parents have received.
And the teachers, of course,
as well.
Increases in teacher material allowance. Teachers who were temporary are now getting their August salary. There are a lot of support.
The children are keyed in. They are keyed in and they could see the general direction. They could feel the mood.
Interestingly enough. Now, I do believe we have some clips. I didn't even know we were in terms of the United Workers' Party manifesto. And I do want to touch on one of the aspects that they have in there. So maybe in a little bit, we just want to make sure that we can line that manifesto to the section with the table, where it kind of gives a little bit of a comparison between the two terms. And I thought that was very interesting. because it's chalk and cheese. But
yes, it was interesting, but also disingenuous.
Well, of course,
yes,
yeah,
because they left so many blanks and stuff like that.
I'm surprised that they went there.
They went exactly
because if you actually did a truthful comparison by sector, their report card is going to be an F.
Yes,
without a doubt.
Without a doubt. But again, as I said, I found it so disingenuous that they would start off with saying that they did this, they did that. Start highlighting one or two, and then let's left all those other areas blank, almost as if to suggest nothing was done in those areas, which is far from the truth. And even in the areas that they would have chosen to highlight, how much they picked and chose, and the truth was not being told. Because even if we take tourism as just one of those examples.
Yeah, and there I think they were quoting that they created 700 rooms. And I thought to myself, but wait a minute, are you claiming that Royalton, which opened with 465 rooms, which was already there,
yes,
right? Plus Harbour Club,
yes,
right? Which was another 118, I think, or so rooms.
Yes.
That's already
that was the
claim
yes,
that they're making about rooms opening under their period.
So it wasn't even Harbour Club and Royalton weren't pipeline. These were projects that were full in construction and stuff like that, and within how many months?
95% complete, if not almost open.
Within how many weeks or 2 or 3 months
right,
of them being in office, those properties were open. So I don't know how they want to claim any of those. I mean, this is ridiculous. But even when under that same thing of the tourism comparison, this year you have almost 1,000 rooms short.
Yes.
Okay,
under
construction.
Yeah.
So there's 1,000 fewer rooms available in the market. And so when they're comparing visitor arrivals or spillover arrivals, and to suggest that we are not yet at 2019 level, they are discounting that 1,000 room unavailability.
Yes.
But here's the most critical part that they seem to be forgetting or not factoring. The ADRs, average daily rates. So all of the properties, values have gone up. So technically, this is the best we have done in tourism.
So from profitability. And then, of course, on top of that, you do have quite a number of Airbnbs.
Exactly.
Coming on stream.
Not just coming on stream.
Which have come on stream.
Operational as a consequence of the 2000 legacy of Cricket World Cup.
It's ironic because they were trying to claim Kenson had a house up in
exactly,
and when it ended up being an Airbnb that somebody else.
But here's the thing again, is saying the dystopian or the disillusionment, the lying, the whatever you want to call it, their own confusion. That if it's the Airbnbs, most of the Airbnbs are locally owned.
Yes.
So the retention of these monies are by St. Lucians.
Exactly.
Okay, so that accommodation sector has been widened. So it's not just the focus can't simply be on number of arrivals. We also want to look at spend and who is receiving that spend.
Right.
And that spend is now higher than it has ever been, and more St. Lucians are benefiting from it than ever.
Exactly that. This one is curious, I've always thought. Pensions. And we're going to come to that table in just a bit. But the pensions matter. Pensions for banana farmers. I mean, this is an individual who promised bananas to France. Promised all sort of glorious things as a return to the green gold era. Effectively saw the destruction, the death knell in the coffin of bananas. No more bananas being exported to to Europe and to the United Kingdom rather, and now at this point promising a pension for farmers.
I find it laughable on so many different levels, and it's not because the idea of farmers getting a pension is laughable. It is the idea that he at this stage going to be suggesting a pension to farmers who did not make a contribution. And I ask myself why, but maybe it's because of his own constituency. He come from a banana, he's representing a banana,
traditional banana
belt area, which he knows he did nothing or he helped cement their death. So now he has to signal something to them. But if you're going to say farmers who contributed, is he talking about banana farmers as in the landowners or banana workers, farm workers? Who exactly is to receive that pension? What is the amount of that pension that they're going to get? Considering that, as he says, this is given those who did not contribute.
Right.
And certainly banana farmers aren't the only ones who didn't contribute, who are in that elderly state and who need support.
And then again, a kind of a shoulda, woulda, coulda situation, because when you compare what has been done with under Philip J. Pierre in terms of pensions and in terms of work and pay. Wages, I mean, the pension situation, doubling of pensions, bonuses to pensioners, NIC pensions have increased, and minimum wage to ensure that people who've been working on those farms can now actually enjoy a minimum. So
and even healthcare for the elderly, because when you think of the farmers who contributed then, these are the people who would have fallen into that kind of category. So when you look at the whole universal healthcare program that this JPA administration has put in place, is to help those very people.
Seniors over 80.
Yeah, so all of the public assistance programs that has been expanded, because if you say that people are old farmers and they don't have, or they're struggling to find a means of survival, these are people who would have
by doing that, it really is quite embarrassing. But then you just see in certain areas like job creation, right now we are seeing the lowest ever unemployment rate in this country. It went down to, I think in 2024, to 10.8%. Youth unemployment has fallen from, I think in 2019, it must have been about 38%. I think it's down to now about 20% or 21%. I can't remember the exact figure. But I mean, you're talking about significant. In fact, it's even more than that. I think it's about 17%.
It's 17%.
Yes, it's almost a 20% percentage point drop.
I mean, look.
But it's not even reflected there, because under the SLP record, they have nothing.
Yes, because it would be embarrassing for him to be able to claim that.
Right.
Because right now you have the not just in terms of the unemployment rate, you have the largest number of persons ever employed.
Right.
The highest number of active NIC contributors, because sometimes we don't want to rely on the stats from the Labour Force Survey.
Yes.
The Labour Force Survey. But if you go to at least the NIC, where contribution is mandatory,
the contributions are up.
Active contributions are up and at record levels. Okay, so that is further evidence that unemployment is on the up. Okay, so unemployment is at a record low, so much so that the last quarter that was for the first, we now single digit, 8 point something, but at least that is at a quarterly rate.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not yet the annualized. Last year's annualized rate was 10%, but at least we now single digit unemployment. So I'm not sure what he's talking about, what level of dystopia he's living in.
Now let's go to water supply, because this is another interesting one. Of course, they claim the VA4 and Dennery water supply projects, which are actually world projects, as you well would know, were funded through what Dr. Kenny Anthony, in fact, got, the Mexican funding, the Dennery supply, plus, of course, CDB funding. So, but anyways, let's move on beyond that. Then they talk about commence desilting works at John Compton Dam and making that seem as if it was a success. $60 million later, only 8% of the dam desilted. But you're not seeing that story here at all. And of course, next to the SLP, they've left it blank.
Yes. Now, even contrasting that particular thing against the SOS 7 to remove the dredging fees. I mean, again, where's the policy coherence?
Right, because you know what I mean. If you actually are reducing the dredging fee in the south, it means that the dredging fee now has to go up in the north.
In the north,
because you've got to balance it out.
Or alternatively, you have a bigger financing gap.
Well, they have a loan. They have a loan commitment. There's a loan commitment to CDB, and there's wasted money clearly, because we're nowhere near where we need to be able to deal with. But one of them that strikes me is education.
Yes.
The only thing that they include in education is something about school plant investment, where they claim that they spend a certain amount of money in upgrading
schools,
but they don't speak to any of the TVET institutions under the St. Lucia Labour Party. They don't speak to 4 new wings being built in secondary schools and primary schools around the island. They don't speak to the all the supports we just spoke about, laptops program, facilities fees.
But also, I mean, from just the practice, I mean, separate from that, they got the EQUIP program in place. So some of those funding,
right? So they got that already
in train, which they were able to do.
They enjoyed that.
So they enjoyed that. But development is also about a relay. So you're not going to go back and build all of the 74 schools, because if you have to go back and build all, that means whatever it is you did was so suboptimal that we have to go back and do it within that time, which is a little ridiculous. But they're similarly not recognizing all the new things that have been done. So they're not giving a proper or honest accounting of the situation in education.
Infrastructure is another interesting one. They've placed nothing under the St. Lucia Labour Party, even though we've seen him. And again, when you compare a Lockerbie, Don Lockerbie's $32 million given to Don Lockerbie to upgrade 5 facilities versus what has been done under Kenson Kazumi. Nearly 30 facilities all around the island upgraded. Darren Sam Cricket Ground upgraded, almost new seating, new lighting,
yes.
Scoreboard, immaculate
how many
improvement.
Community playing fields,
the stadium, the pavilions. I mean, for nearly every single playing field in St. Lucia, we're getting to that point where nearly every single playing field has lights at this point in time.
I mean, I'm not even talking about the investment in the swimming pool.
50-meter Olympic swimming pool.
So
something that they did not even get anywhere near because they found a project already in place, in fact, when they came in 2016 to be able to tackle that. Then you look at national security and some very interesting claims. But one of them I found out, I mean, obviously they didn't mention the balls, right?
Yes, the charity balls.
The charity balls. And of course, we're being told that we need to open up for callers. So I think we can do that. We have the number up on screen. And my eyesight is not the best. 453-3911.
Yes.
453-3911. And of course, if you want to call in to join in on the conversation, I'm speaking here with Mr. Darrell Montrop, former cabinet secretary. And he is, in fact, giving us a very interesting dissection, of course, of matters relating to performance between the two governments. Now, Darrell, I think you have actually a book that is right here, which nearly everybody needs to ensure that they get. This is not about promises.
Yes.
This is about deliverables, things that have actually already been achieved in just 4 years of the Philip J. Pierre administration. And there's a point that Alva Baptiste makes. If you think Philip Pierre 1.0 is great, then just wait for 2.0. Because certainly, I mean, we've seen a very, very long list of achievements across the board. I think I'm hearing a phone ringing, and we're going to get that call to be patched in.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
All right. Go ahead with your contribution, please.
Yeah, I want to make a little comment there.
Yes. Go right ahead.
Good evening, Galaxy, and your guest.
Good evening.
Man, I don't know. I heard you talking about some things there, some stuff. Like those people, I don't know why they went to a dummy school, man. Those people are not thinking about proper things for the country. What they're going to do to help us. We have so much of vehicles in this country. I ain't seen nothing about new roads from Gosley to Vieux-Fort. I ain't seen nothing about, they're talking about school, but when they talk about school, all our schools is there. Well, they're having people from overseas coming to make children. What do you want to renovate new schools for? I mean, not try to increase our population, right? I talk about children. But I cannot understand the people are so, and I saw a survey. That survey on channel 117, I think something so, right? Talking about election survey. But like, is UDP alone talking about the survey? About 9 whatever, 14 whatever they're winning, and is that kind of crap they're bringing for us tonight? I can't understand those people. We need to show our manifesto what it is today and present our manifesto today to see the difference. All what Charles doing is like, look, they break the code last night, tonight there. I hear the person all in Mamono making noise with the noise with the trouble.
All over, Colin. Cap Estate.
Take care of the day. Be free from the day.
Yeah.
We did it. And they cannot, so I want to know what the Flabo people will say tomorrow. Let me know what they will say. So you guys have a good night. Let me listen to you.
All right, thanks very much. Very salient points being brought forward by that caller. I mean, can you even trust Alan Chastney in terms of real transport development? A gentleman who found a project like the Castries-Grosley Highway, fully funded. All he had to do was do nothing. And he canceled loans, which now have had to, of course, finally renegotiated and finance over $80 million from the Kuwaiti Fund and the OPEC Fund.
Good night.
Good night, caller. How are you doing? Go right ahead, please.
They're fine. I'm calling to give a little thing on what you have there. The first question I want not your lap. I'm just asking myself that question.
Mm-hmm.
How St. Lucians is watching right in this country? I wonder how they are watching right in this country, because I see, my brother, we have a lot going on in the country, you know, and people don't want to see that. Mm-hmm. And some of them thinking about that Flabo fight, man. You see, we have to watch ourselves good in this country, you know. I am giving you a clue on that thing. That is a revenge thing that coming on there, you know, boss, man.
Mm-hmm.
It is a revenge thing, because at the end of the day, those guys that they don't come to help nobody, that they are making people believe. When you tell me $75 million for insurance, when that could happen?
Well, caller, it never happened under their term, eh? Do you remember? This is nothing new, eh? They promised the very same thing. They promised white paper, green paper, blue paper, talking about insurance, ask questions. They never delivered on health insurance. This government ended up having to pay $24 million to Health City Cayman to pay, you know, and this was a company that was supposedly coming to help, you know, redevelop the health sector. And all we saw was waste. Waste. So very, very good point, caller.
Yeah, but how that can happen? I want to know, because I try to calculate things and put things in order, and I've seen how that could happen, my brother.
Well, you don't want it to happen.
When they're saying that the mountain up the mountain, that they will make things happen, that people will go up there free. How that could happen? How those things could happen?
Well, it's the sincerity of it, you know, caller. That is the difference. It's not to say that it cannot happen, but can you, in fact, trust the individual who's in charge of that party to make any of this really happen?
And also in terms of the time scale within which some of those things are going to happen, or for it to happen, because there has to be some honesty in terms of the programming and how you're going to raise the required funds. Mm-hmm. Because if all you keep talking about is slashing funds, government revenue, how is that revenue going to be realized? Because it's going to cost. There must be some balancing, some accounting for how these things go, because it's not going to be free. Even if it's going to be free for the students at the point of service, somebody will have to meet those costs. So where is that funding going to come from?
But some of these things are already I mean, the promise, for example, of $25,000 for youth grant, youth grant program is really just a youth economy.
Yes, youth economy. But then that's monies that have already been programmed through.
Yes, caller.
We cannot, those things, if we have to sit down and buy those things, my brother, those fellas that there's a lot of projects that is going on there. Let us say, for instance, I just put it that way, if they come back in power. My brother, the projects will not continue, and it's bringing the country back.
Yes.
That's why St. Lucians refuse to understand.
And we've been there before.
All the time.
Yeah, we've been there before, caller.
We have there, everything coming out straight to our eyes, my brother. And we could see, when you had the Prime Minister will be taking care of your CXC for you, what you telling me you need again, my brother? What we need in this country that we cannot understand? What we need in this country, we have to open our eyes, you know, my brother. Yes. We have to open our eyes. This is not a joke, you know. So we shouldn't sit down there and go and drink rum and make it look. Look, for instance, I heard that the bishop told them about that thing, nothing for this. Let us put everything out for this month, for the election.
Mm-hmm.
And they still proceed and do it, my brother. So that is a disrespect.
Yes, gross disrespect. Gross disrespect.
To the public, my brother.
Caller, I think if anybody is honest, I think we can all see what is going on. And I think you know it, and it is just important for everybody to make sure that whoever you can influence, we all have our responsibility to let people know that this is what is going on. So thanks very much for that contribution.
Yeah, because like I tell you again, we have a lot to check on, because it's not going and say that we put flood with power because they say what they manifesto giving you good things. None of those things and that is not good, my brother. Because that will not happen, my brother. It will not.
Right.
I answer to tell you that it will not happen. That is just to full solutions, and they refuse to full solutions because those guys not coming for nothing good, but it's for revenge. That two idiot guy and they say this, remember that's two idiots. Guy and Shasta is two idiots.
Well,
they come and buy people and with lies. We have lies in the country today, my brother. The people that drink that, I'm not one of them.
Right. Well, thanks very much for that contribution, caller.
Monday come, Monday around, it could be 3 o'clock. I already, in my polling division, I am there ready waiting.
Thank you very much, caller, for doing the right thing.
Have a blessed night, my brother.
Bless you too.
Right,
Thank you.
I mean, this administration has done so much. So there's no sector, no demographic group that has not benefited from. I mean, businesses, just think, while we've spoken so much of the government social protection program with CXCs and all of those things, people seem to be forgetting that the government has given this massive tax amnesty to businesses. What this has allowed is for the recapitalization of those businesses.
And you're seeing an amazing amount of investment as well coming to the country. Good night, caller. How are you doing?
I'm fine, my brother.
Wonderful.
Something I want to add to the last caller, which I agree to the last caller. I was supposed to call and say something about that. Whatever the sellers should in case, but I knew that won't happen. God willing, that won't happen. Get the sellers back in power. The sellers will stop all good projects going on in the country. Another thing again, what I'm saying again, the 2.5 for health and security.
Right.
Which is a good thing that the government is that implement, which is already in place. Things are happening. They're giving so much apart from I'm taking care of health and security that they're not asking for anything back. The 4 CXCs, the laptops, the whatever they are giving to the children of St. Lucia, the children are seeing all of those things happening. When if in case you come in power and you stop all those things, how you think the children will feel, my God? Huh?
But caller, just a point. Can I make a point to you?
Yeah.
About that health and security levy. That is raising somewhere around $35 to $40 million a year, right?
Yeah.
And that's going towards both health and security investment. And we're seeing unmistakably the amount of investment being made in those sectors. Yeah. Alan Shastney has admitted that for his program to work, that $75,000, he needs to raise $120 million through premiums. So in one breath, he's telling you, right, he's going to take out the health and security levy, that 2.5%, which is raising $40 million, but somehow he's going to have to raise $120 million. Now make that make sense. The math is not mathing.
The math not going to math. Because again, Alan will say anything at any time.
Yeah, the man believe, right. The man believes St. Lucians are full still.
Well, we certainly shouldn't give him a chance to. We certainly shouldn't give him a chance.
Somebody that the thing is already in place. All the farmers are already getting so much things from the government. You know, the government has implemented so much things. The man hurt the country in this time of rain.
Yeah.
Why St. Lucian do see these things?
You think they're not seeing? I'm pretty certain they're seeing it.
Those independent fellas that coming into that politics, they're not seeing the kind of things that are happening. You all realize this man want to come slow down the country again. Come on, man, Philip J. Pierre, kudos to him, you know. I think they could have somebody like that guy again.
Look.
Anyway, my brothers, good topic.
Yeah. Thanks very much, caller. Have a good one.
In terms of
I enjoy the show. I lying down there, I listening.
Cool.
Great stuff.
In terms of
Okay, my brother.
yes,
Have a good night.
Good night, caller. In terms of economic management, not since between 1985 and 89 have we had a run
4 consecutive years
of plus 3% growth. Not since 80, and that's during the height of
the bananas, yes.
And not just bananas, of protection. It's not just the factor of bananas, but of a protected economy. We haven't had that since.
The land acquisition debt was $60
all of
million.
those sets of things that has happened. I mean, this is tremendous. And again, if according to the manifesto they want to take metrics, let's just go by any of those metrics. Because 2020, Alan and everybody as well, the UWP surrogates want to make 2020 the excuse.
The 1.5 years at the end of the term, right?
As if that is the cause of everything else.
But the country was already in
exactly,
negative growth in
2019. So even if you go the year before that, let's see how you were.
Yeah.
And it was not good.
I think we have a call. Is that correct?
Hello.
Hi, good night, caller.
Yeah, good night, brother. Good night, Senator.
Good night, caller. Go right ahead.
I want to put us on guard. Remember the story about the father saying that he will spend money like his toys? And remember one says he can commit crime himself. And one says that people that don't have money don't get into politics. You see the CIP money that St. Lucia is receiving. Now, when you have people tell you about, people go, like I question already. How would you pay the school? How would you pay the insurance? And some mad ones say CIP money. But whatever money we get in St. Lucia, whether it is our contribution to tax, whether it's grant, it must be spent like our present Prime Minister is spending
responsibly.
Yes.
Accountable. And I don't see that in not even the best out of the United Workers' Party. There are two guys there who may be accountants or who have accountant knowledge. They cannot control the dumb. They cannot control the dumb. Because the dumb is going to give anybody and everybody money and maybe even invite white people, foreigners to come in to take our money. St. Lucia, we must be very, very, very careful. You see the goodness in St. Lucia today? How everything is good and everything is properly managed. Everybody getting a little piece of the pie and we helping one another move up. We are there to lose that on the second if we ever put.
We cannot take it for granted.
Madman to control this country. We had better think carefully. Young people, the aristocrat, the guy who is making a little thing right now, become an entrepreneur. The one who can see a light outside of there that he can become, or St. Lucia can become proper, and that we can have a couple millionaires out of those young people that will come out and mainly take the guidance of our party. People like yourself, people like the present Prime Minister, and other people that will encourage us to become a better St. Lucia. We put our St. Lucia in the hands of Alan Chastanet. And most of the people he have around him, excepting only two people I see, and both of them not trusting him, or both of them will not contributing him.
Well, they call him reckless, eh, caller? And caller,
reckless madness.
Caller.
You remember he brought in a guy here when we had all the problems, who went into elections in this country and he lost. St. Lucia. Alan Chastanet has nothing political, nothing people.
Caller, you realize that right now, every candidate of the St. Lucia Labour Party can put up on their billboard a picture of them with the Prime Minister, with Philip J. Pierre, not one of these United Workers' Party candidates are looking to put themselves up next to Alan Shastney. Because they know that that cannot be good for their chances. And they all want to get as far away as possible. But the reality is he is the political leader. He is the one who, at the end of the day, if ever, and of course, never, 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 but he's the one who we have to make sure does not come back in.
Yes.
And we cannot take any chances.
We cannot take any chances.
Myself, my brother, and other people in here, the young ladies who are working in the ministry, and other people in this country, right, who have got very good parents. I don't tell you, and I ain't going to say, I did some work around with his father. I worked around people who worked for his father. His father is not better than himself. There is no future in this. We have better, young people, you have better look at the two gentlemen that are there. The other people who are coming and tell us how things work. Instead of putting ourselves in problems, those of you who come and tell me, oh, the man have money, the man is better than Pierre. The man can give me this and give me that. There is somebody who tells you they give you that today, and tomorrow they tell you they don't have it. What do you do?
Well, one thing Pierre has
talking about they want you to become a criminal.
one thing
I am warning us. This year election I was not in the flow because I'm sick. I'm not well. But I am telling our people, be very careful on the purse.
Yep. All right. Thanks very much.
What happened today? Where those guys went against the church?
Mm-hmm.
Man, the old people used to have something saying, "Leu puet, rokmun bagage, maludi sokapet topalo." Every one of you that take your pen, you take the pencil and put an extra ink there. You're putting problems on yourself. You're putting problems on the rest of us who think that we deserve better solution. You just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just make your mind up that you're going to be a good citizen for once. Even if you have been lying, you have been keeping your mother's money, you have been doing things on the purse. Just make that sacrifice. Be a good solution. Save our country. My brother, you're doing a good job. I know we have more work to do. We have a lot of work to do. And I'm asking all of us that can come in and assist. Try to we have a lot of people who are done matter in this country who want to believe that the white man is the thing. That ain't making sense. And let's leave the color behind. Let us look at the knowledge, the person who has the understanding, the person that knows and understands where we're going.
Thanks very much.
We are ready. We are ready flashing out and taking off the bad things that's in this guy's manifesto. And if our manifesto had come out before that, they would copy on us.
Yeah. They're already copying. They already copying.
When you look at all the things that are there.
They already copy. They copying the programs that we have in place.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but maybe they would have had a manifesto just like ours. Going forward, because the go down.
All right.
Well, it's clear.
So solutions, I am begging you. I'm begging solutions. I have to be doing that, begging solutions. I want to get sure that St. Jude's. I don't want to do one mass option Jude's and go and be one thing another thing that the building that they were trying to build it will take us 9 years to complete it.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Colin.
Mistakes over mistakes, to mash it up with different patterns, so that people could have made money.
Thanks very much, Colin.
But you have a lot of people that you need for the cash.
All right, Colin, thanks.
Those who are running, those that are running, those who are jumping their jobs and trying to get there to go into politics, it is for the money. Let us do something for the love of St. Lucia. Let's love our country. The money is going to flow. Have a blessed night, my brother.
Thank you very much, Colin. It'll be okay on the first. I have no doubt about it.
On the second. On the first and the second.
On the second, when everybody does what they have to do. Thanks very much, Colin, for that one. It is 11 o'clock, Daryl, and we unfortunately have to wrap up. I know we're getting other calls. Producer, what is the take?
I mean,
can we take one more?
People.
Okay, one more. Thank you. Good night.
Hello?
Hi, good night, caller. Go right ahead, please.
Yeah, I guess I'm the final one.
Yes, please. Go right ahead.
Yeah, how are you doing tonight?
Very good.
Yeah, the mood is?
Red, caller.
Red.
Very, very red.
All right, I must say I'm very happy to see the two of you there tonight. I just want to tell people, as a young person, just be very careful. That election is very crucial and important because I do not want the country to sink. What I'm seeing, I like what I'm seeing so far. The development is great. The infrastructure, I see the landscaping is great, and the future is bright and it's red. Now, I will not stay long because I realize the time is approaching. I just want to tell people, just be careful. Don't look for trouble with people because they're red. We are not violent people. We are peaceful people, okay? The other ones want to do whatever they're doing. That's their business. I just want them to put God first in everything. And trust me, everything will be well. And I just want to pick up the point. The cabinet has been resolved, right? Well, I just
Parliament has been resolved, not cabinet.
He's doing a fantastic job, I give him his flowers, He's doing a fantastic job, and I know things will be better and brighter. So, gentlemen, have a good night and God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, caller. Have a good one. And one of the things, just before we end, though, I noticed that statement that Alan Chastney made after he lost the last time, that even his own people did not vote for him.
Yes.
And that one, I think, is very, very telling, because it was a recognition that, the entire country realized that he clearly was bad for governance in this country. And if we knew that very clearly in 2021, there's no way possibly in 2025, after seeing a Philip J. Pierre, because I think 2021 was certainly about getting Alan Chastney out.
Mm-hmm.
But after seeing 4 years of Philip J. Pierre and how he has been able to grow that pie, and how he's been able to, even more importantly, distribute that pie equitably, so that everybody can get a slice, even the persons who have been forgotten, even the persons who are considered to be the lowest of the low in society. He's ensured that everybody, big and small, is getting a piece.
Everyone has found a benefit. Every single one. There's so much, I guess, we have to say that needs to be said. Because sometimes the Flubbo was talking about all the levels of taxes that, I don't know what levels of taxes that they think, because they're not even recognizing where he's given back the taxes. Because the personal income tax moved from the allowance
18,000 to 30,000 now.
So that I've translated that to at least $500 per month for everyone who's making above that 25,000 or making above 2,000 something dollars a month. So all of those sets of something that you want, everyone has benefited, including the middle class.
Right.
Including the middle class. The fact that they're getting $6,000 more annually from the personal income tax, from to 30,000, it would actually be more if it's 30,000. But that's money in their pockets.
Yeah.
That's not money that VAT or thing could have ever compensated, because that VAT reduction 2.5 would not equate to that $6,000. That does not equate. So let's take it out of there. And the health and security, it is for our own good. You cannot build a sense of community if we do not pay our own fair share of taxes. For the poorest or the lowest socioeconomic group, Philip J. Pierre administration has made sure he has taken care of all of those persons. So there is no group, no economic group that has not benefited from the policies of this administration. None.
And of course, in terms of sectors, the police, biggest investment ever that has ever been made. Over 70 vehicles.
Police is not a charity
240.
We have to be holding charity balls just to give police a little something for people to feel.
Every police officer is getting a bulletproof vest, CCTV cameras.
Because what were the complaints? What were people's complaints before? Police saying they don't have transportation. Police cannot make that as the complaint.
And we're beginning to see the results.
And they're seeing the results.
We're seeing the interdictions, the highest ever interdictions.
There will be a lag in the policy and the outcome.
Right.
But they are the policy interventions. It is the government's responsibility. And the government has certainly made the resources available to the police.
The Beaufort Police Headquarters is back open. $35 million coming up for the new Grosley Police Station.
Police Station. So policemen are fire. I mean, so it's not
$30 million, new ambulances, new fire trucks. It's remarkable. Daryl, it's clear that we need to have you back at some point again during the week.
Yes.
And I do hope that we can arrange for that. We're speaking to our producer, so maybe Red Sunday will become Red Monday and Red Tuesday and Red Wednesday. So, but of course, the point is, look out for us. We're going to be coming to you very, very consistently right up until next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Yes.
And of course, we do hope that we can continue to inform and to break down these deliverables. Remember, get yourself a copy. This is not even the manifesto yet.
Yes.
That's happening. That's coming out on Tuesday at the SAB. Be there to make sure that you can get your copy right as it is happening. Of course, there'll be soft copies available. But this is, in fact, just the deliverables for the past 4 years. And it is a momentous document. It's unbelievable the amount of things that have been achieved in such a short time. Next time, maybe tomorrow, we can have counting to 100 every single, well, not everyone, but at least some of the most salient points of achievements coming out of that. And maybe we can take that up as well. In the meantime, have yourself a very blessed night. Take care, St. Lucia.